Okay.
It will come down.
It's picking up now.
It's picking up.
Yeah. Let me get into the details of these expenses.
Sound was recording.
Next column. Okay. Search budget. Budget.
Center போயிடலாமா சென்டர் போயிடலாம் see ya
No, that is my laptop over there. I have my laptop over there.
center நிக்க வச்சுட்டேன்
Budget in detail, the first component will be our key maintenance expenses. I hope it's in the summary sheet we have presented like the component of the monthly recurring expenses, which is 27 lakh 3,000, and the breakup of which it is like the facility management expenses which we are incurring with the UPS. These are all inclusive of GST numbers, 13 lakh 50,000, and it is the contract which has been signed and is ongoing. The second one is on the security which we have with Bharti. It is at 6 lakh 50,000. And the third one is on the STP 2 lakhs, and we have projected professional fee, auditor and professional fee, the regeneration fee for the legal, and 25% plus 10,000.
Because neither is eligible nor audible. Neither is eligible nor audible.
What?
Neither is eligible nor audible.
Not eligible, sir, because projected we are not able to project. It's very clear.
So 35,000 is what we have towards professional fee.
Can I have your silence, please? He is actually trying to talk, please. Excuse me at the back.
Yeah, professional fee, when we compare here, we expect auditor and lawyer fee along with a few other consultation fee, 35,000 per month. Then we have the lift batteries, which we incur 85,000 in a year, which we average, it all comes to 7,000. Diesel for our EV and consumption, which is 50,000 is what we projected. The SIM cards, what we use today for the association is 2,000. Metro water, what we pay, the government is 60K. And water procurement, on an average, they are getting at 350,000. So these are all something which we have been incurring for the last 3 months or 4 months. There is no deviation or no we can expect a short of any of these expenses here. So this is boiling down to 27 lakh 3,000 in a month. And the next one is on the planned maintenance expenses. The first table what we just spoke about is all the labor cost. Now WTP, STP, these are the major assets. If you don't operate, this will incur penalty and fines. So for operational of these assets, majorly it is STP, WTP, maintenance, we have to go regularly maintain these assets, change of the media once in 6 months. So 20,500. If you average it per month, it is 20,000. Or if you look at it in a year, 2,40,000 the labor cost may incur on this change of media and cleaning. And the cleaning of the tags, what we have tags here, we have good amount of STP tags and WTP tags. And again, the prediction or projection what we have is 16,500 per month. Now this expenses, if you ask it today, we have to do it monthly. The answer is no. We have to go and do it once in 3 months or 4 months, or depend upon the need and necessity. The overhauling of the PRD walls, these are the walls, pressure walls. There are some bursts which are happening unless and until we maintain and replace regularly of these things. I will check up. So we projected 7,500 rupees for checking up of these walls, borewell maintenance and sample testing and sewage water. So these are all mandatorily some expenses which we need to incur apart from what we have projected for the FM. So overall 57,500 we treat these expenses on an average in a month we need to incur to maintain or upkeep our assets. The next item is on the infrastructure maintenance. Infrastructure approximately is this is again based on the estimates of the numbers what are gathered. Waterproofing is terrace, windows, seepage and common areas are the average 10,000 in a month. Consumables, plumbing, water services, electrical 12,500. And the painting, repainting, fittings, deep cleaning of areas 12,500. Common area seepage 12,500. And we have taken association admin and operational expense 7,500. Contingency, the rate we factored as 50,000. Because this is the only area where we have factored contingency as 50,000. Be it like a payment law or any other unusual expenses, we thought it would be good to go with some contingency amount. And the lowest contingency in a year is what we factored as a 6 lakh, which boils down to 50,000. So these are the first table which we spoke in the summary sheet, which is coming from 4.6 apart from ED. ED is 0.7. If I exclude 4.6 from 0.7 is 3.5 plus 0.7, which is 4.6. Now, if someone wants to know what is our actual run rate today is 4.6. We are not at 4.5 also. Now I would go to the next slot where I want everyone to have a detailed view or understanding of these expenses, what we have projected. This is some of the information which we gathered as a team. I thought these are all required for the society. First on the big sets. One is on the government and the second is on the insurance and other areas. Let me go through all the yearly one-time expense which we projected like 26 lakhs, a huge cost. But this is something we felt it is required for us. When I get into details of this 26 lakhs, I classified this entire 26 lakhs into 3 or 4 buckets. The primary cost where we are incurring is a government renewal certificates, no pollution certificate, which we expect it comes to 12 lakhs, and we have fire NOC and energy audit. These are all mandatory expenses which we have to go for renewal in the government. It's not an optional anymore to us. The builder would have taken for 1 year, but we need to renew in the upcoming one, which is coming in April. So the total renewal to the government itself is coming to 13,50,000 out of 26 lakhs. And the next component is the insurance, which we do not have currently, but we got a code on the fire, burglary, public, all workman compensation, all the other sort of things we projected at 3 lakhs. And the cameras in the lift is something in which we got repeated requests in the last few months. So where we projected 2,45,000 for the camera in the lift. Festival decoration lights. Last year during the new year, we did not have more assets to publish this lighting. So we needed in the last year 60,000. We expect minimum 4 years in the year where this lighting is required from the society. At the average cost per rental 50,000, we have projected like 2 lakhs, 4 into 50,000, 4 years, and even 50,000 all rental, it is not the procurement. So 2 lakhs. And amenities refurbishment. When I say this amenities is inclusive of everything, be it gym, sports area, other areas, paper blocks, or anything for that matter, we have projected per annum 2 lakhs as the amenities refurbishment. So overall, if you look at any of these expenses, the other expenses which I did not cover it is on the trench cleaning. The last quarter we have initiated this trench cleaning. This is in the basement where water gets clogged, and we have discontinued to a complete because of the lack of funds. And this year we want to complete the rest of the trench cleaning where we projected 1 lakh. So the overall one-time expense, these are all one-time expenses, but the benefit of which is spread evenly throughout the year.
43.
43. Yeah. And recently we come across one of the lift water accident. Unfortunately, we do not have any preventive measures or something that we taken. So IoT is there, other things are there, but unfortunately we are not able to arrest them. So how we can prevent this from the recurring happenings of these such of these events? Some ideas have been already not taken. So we thought it would be a good measure to allocate some budget and do some enhancement or see whatever we can do to prevent water entering into the lifts. One such thing what we have recently done is every lift, if it is more than 30 seconds, it will go to the 19th floor or the top floor, so that the water logging to that extent we can prevent our minimize. Other than that, we also want to see what other measures we have taken. So we allocated 1,50,000 based on our recent experience. So 26 lakhs is something overall a one-time expense. Per annum, it is coming up.
Government renewal 5 years.
The renewal
This 5 years paid, no, it is already paid or?
No, it will be in the month of April.
It should be a one-time expense for this year.
The builder has not paid,
No, builder has taken the certificate which is valid till March 2027, 26. So we have to renew the certificate in the month of April.
But once we renew, it will be for 5 years.
For
We are
5 years.
renewing for 5 years, we have an option
Option
to renew for lower.
1 lakhs will be only for this year.
That's why it's called one-time expenses. The camera lift, this cost is basically for the material and the cabling of the camera.
but they're asking about
That is why it's one-time expenses.
all these are one-time. Why
the builder has got option to pay renewal only for 1 year.
The builder has taken the renewal for only 1 year. There's no option.
Even we have an option.
We also have that option.
We don't have the option for 1 year. We fall under red category and there's red, yellow and orange. The orange goes 15 years. Since our project is very huge, we fall under red category. Depending on the project cost, we are falling under red category for 5 years. Maximum we can take 5 years. So there's no minimum. You have to take for 5 years.
Why it is coming as 5 years also. Every year if you have to go for it, every year you have to spend on the associated expenses. They will come for inspection. Audit.
Official charges or
This one, the government fees comes around 10.5, but we have calculated approximately 12. We know it go up and down. We never know how the officials will treat, but we projected around this much. But government fees itself is coming around 10.5.
These are the no pollution.
This renewal is actually very important because without this renewal, there will be huge penalties from the government side. The other renewals are very short. Fire innovation lift license is very short. It's not much amount, but this renewal is going to cost us. And there's an energy audit which is approximately 35 to 40,000. We just kept it 5. Any budget which is proposed here probably it should be maximum 5% on the higher side, and it can be 5% on the lower side also. Because it's a proposal, right?
I think this is one of the expenses which has taken away our to the next level on the maintenance cost. 12 lakhs, and it is no escape, or we cannot go for 1 year. The answer is again we fall in the red category, and it is based on the value of the asset which builder has shown on the STP, or that is a fixed percentage.
Now this is not only for STP, it's a complete environmental code. It comes STP, WTP all together.
So it is coming on the entire, and it all depend upon the value of the asset which builder has
Quoted for 75 crores. The builder has quoted 75 crores as a project cost, as the value of asset. So that is what the government is going to charge according to it. So let's go.
These are all one-time expenses which is going to benefit throughout the year or years, and the next coverage is from the ALCs. Again, the ALC is something which either going to expire or we have to take into ALCs.
Somebody. So we worked on this 26 lakh per year. Now these two only left. AMC, other than the lift, AMC.
So overall, ALC we have bifurcated into two. The reason being, last year we have taken the ALC for 6 months, and the next renewal of the lift ALC will come from September to March. So we have taken only the prorated rate for 6 months, which is coming for 15,92,000 for the lift AMC. And other than the lift AMC, we have covered separately. This is basically for the ACs and other aspects. What are the other AMCs which we have taken are covered here is 13,76,000 in a per annum. Generators, labor AMC, ACs, comprehensive AMC, glass door, which we are having a huge amount of glass doors, and the cost of the individual part is very high. Mygate, Part Plus, Mygate is an official accounting tool which we use and go for renewal for the every year. Part Plus, gym comprehensive AMC, though we may not get the exact number, but we budgeted for 1 lakh. STP, WTP pumps, these are the one repeated problem which we get every time on the pumps. And in the last few months, if you have to incur any expenses on the repairs, this pumps, if you have AMC, probably that would reduce our expenses. Solar, which we have not gone through at this point of time, but we want to go for it in the upcoming year. CCTV phase automation, fire laboratory, and ventilators AMC. So all this AMCs put together it is 13,76,000 apart from our left AMC.
Just for information, none of the AMC is valid now. None of the AMC is active. So we have got all the proposals except.
Your voice is not audible, Santosh. Can you come to the center?
My voice is not audible.
No, none of the agencies are currently active. So we have, if you have to go for these agencies, these are the predicted or the codes are available.
What is AMC components in Mygate? It's only software.
It's only software. It's annual once in a year. It's not an
It's a
AMC.
Mygate.
AMC is
Sir,
like annual.
the securities is using devices of Mygate. That also comes along with it. It's a Mygate software, which has been utilized for our.
It is used for accounting as well as other aspects.
We are using everything Mygate, so it is for everything actually. Mygate is the only software for our community.
Park Plus as well.
Which one, sir?
Park Plus.
Park Plus for the boom barrier. It is.
AMC, right? Part.
Yeah, Park Plus AMC. It's a comprehensive AMC. So it is particular percentage from the project cost. So that will be covered in the Park Plus.
And that is
The boom barrier, boom barrier.
We are hearing 4 voices.
So that's what I told you. I'll talk by hand. Park Plus is the boom barrier AMC. The boom barrier what we have fitted, that has to be maintained by any vendor, right? So the Park Plus is the vendor for it. So he is the one who's maintaining it. So the AMC is for Park Plus.
basically a boom barrier.
So regarding this Park Plus, boom barrier over AMC is okay. What about the sticker?
Sticker is a one-time fees.
One time.
Fees.
Some are not working.
So that we will take it later. Operational limitations will take it later.
Whether the AMC
Will
they
go.
will do it. Or
Yeah.
So is there any SLA for this AMC?
Sir, can we finish the meeting and then take the questions? Because your questions, people in the back are not able to get. They are just getting answers. People in the back do not know what the
They will
answers
run
are.
through it, just keep the questions with you and then you can go with the Q&A.
So these are all AMCs and AMC one-time expense. This is coming on approximately 0.63 per month square feet rate. If you ask me, 8 rupees per square feet is the one-time cost. All these AMCs and AMC one-time expense. The total cash flow, what I would require to manage this society fund for this year would be 4 crore 62 lakhs without considering any other contingencies what we have, the existing details of the data so far what we have. Here there may be some items which may come beyond this or less than this, but to the extent what we have in our knowledge, it is coming around 4,62,000. So 4 crores 62 lakhs per annum. And this is like 38 lakhs 54,000 per month.
They not explain this. Lift
It is
AMC.
first time.
Our
So with this 5.24 is the per square feet monthly maintenance cost which we are arriving at. If there are any questions on this subject of the total cost, either we have added something more or something is not covered, I would like anyone who has questions on this subject, please let me know.
No, maybe somebody was just asking for Tamil also. Any Tamil is not. ஒரு 5 minutes.
So we want to go through everything.
இதை மட்டும் summary மட்டும் just explain like how we have categorized. அதே அவங்க புரிஞ்சுக்குவாங்க.
Okay. So monthly recurring cost. It's only the cost.
English.
Basically, budget from April 26 to March 27 is what we நம்ம ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணிக்கிட்டு இருக்கோம். அதுல பாத்தீங்கன்னா monthly எப்பவுமே நம்ம மெயின்டைன் பண்றதுக்கான காஸ்ட் ஏன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா that is what அத வந்து 27 lakhs monthly ப்ராஜெக்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். So yearly categorize பண்ணிருக்கோம். அதே மாதிரி பிளான்ட் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் இதெல்லாம் வந்து நம்ம பண்ணி ஆகணும். பிளான் பண்ணின மெயின்டெனன்ஸ்லாம் என்ன இருக்கும்ன்றதையும் ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணி காமிச்சிட்டு இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்க இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சரை எப்படி மெயின்டைன் பண்ண போறோம், அதுக்கான காஸ்ட் என்னென்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி மந்த்லியாவும் இயர்லியாவும் ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணி காட்டியிருக்கோம். நெக்ஸ்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா இதை தவிர இதெல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா கண்டிப்பா நம்மளுக்கு எப்பவுமே மெயின்டைன் பண்றதுக்கு தேவையான காஸ்ட் செப்பரேட்டா ஒரு டேபிளாவும், அதுக்கப்புறம் கீழ இருக்க டேபிள் பாத்தீங்கன்னா இயர்லி ஒன் டைம் எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ், அதாவது வருஷத்துக்கு ஒரு தடவை பே பண்ணா போதும் அதுக்கான எக்ஸ்பென்ஸ் என்னன்றதையும் செப்பரேட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். இதை தவிர இந்த வருஷத்துக்கு மட்டும் அதை தவிர பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஏஎம்சி உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். இப்ப நம்ம கிட்ட ஏதாவது அசெட் இருக்கு, நீங்க ஏசிஸ் எல்லாம் போட்டிருப்பீங்க. சோ அந்த மாதிரி அதுக்கான காஸ்ட் நம்ம கிட்ட இருக்கிற இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர்ஸ்க்கு அதுக்கு எப்படி நம்ம மெயின்டைன் பண்ணலாம், அத 1 இயர் ஒரு கான்ட்ராக்ட் மாதிரி யாருக்கிட்டயாவது கொடுத்துட்டோம்னா அவங்க வந்து மெயின்டைன் பண்ணுவாங்கன்றதுக்காக அதையும் ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணி காமிச்சிருக்கோம். அதுல நம்ம ரெண்டா ஸ்ப்ளிட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ஒண்ணு வந்து அதர் தென் லிஃப்ட் தவிர இருக்கிற நம்மளோட இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் அதை எப்படி அதோட காஸ்ட் எவ்வளோ, லிஃப்ட்டுக்கு எவ்வளோ வந்து மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் பண்றோம் அப்படின்றதையும் செப்பரேட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ஸோ இதுதான் ஓவராலா நம்ம ட்ரெஷரர் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணினது. இதனோட டீடைல் எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு நம்பர்ஸும் நமக்கு ஏஎம்சி எதுக்கெல்லாம் நம்ம ஏஎம்சி போட்டிருக்கோம், ஜிம்மோட ஏசிக்கு ஏஎம்சி போட்டிருக்கோம், டிஜிக்கு ஏஎம்சி இதுக்கெல்லாம் எவ்வளவு காஸ்ட் ஆகும்ன்றத நம்ம எஸ்டிமேட் பண்ணி இப்போ பட்ஜெட்னு காமிக்கிறோம். அதுதான் நீங்க வந்து டீடைல்ல ஒரு ஷீட்ல வந்துட்டு ஒரு அசெட்டும் நம்ம கிட்ட என்னென்ன அசெட் இருக்கு, அதுக்கு என்னென்ன மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் பண்ண முடியும், அதுக்கு எவ்வளவு பட்ஜெட் ஆகும் அப்படின்றத நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணி ஒரு 5% எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வச்சு இத காமிச்சிருக்காங்க. சோ இதுதான் இவ்வளவு நேரம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணாங்க. இப்போ இத தவிர பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம என்ன அந்த 12 lakhs எஸ்டிபி, அந்த எஸ்டிபி சொல்லணுமா உங்களுக்கு யாருக்கும்? எஸ்டிபி பிளான் பாத்தீங்கன்னா as of இப்போ வரைக்கும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அந்த பில்டர் போட்டிருக்கிறது காஸ்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அரௌண்ட் 75 டோட்டல் என்விரான்மென்ட் 75 crores நமக்கு போட்டிருக்காங்க ப்ராஜெக்ட்டோட காஸ்ட். சோ அதுக்காக நம்ம இப்ப வந்து ஒரு வாட்டியும் கவர்மெண்ட்ல வந்துட்டு சிடிஓன்னு சொல்லி ஒரு சர்டிபிகேட் வாங்குவோம். அதாவது இங்க வந்து கரெக்டா வந்து என்விரான்மெண்டல் படி இவங்க மெயின்டைன் பண்றாங்க, அந்த ப்ரொசீஜர் படி இத்தனை சூவேஜ் வாட்டரை இப்படி ட்ரீட் பண்ணி இதுக்காக ஒரு பர்சன்டேஜ் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க, இதுக்காக ஒரு பர்சன்டேஜ் யூஸ் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு டீடைல் ஒரு என்விரான்மெண்டல் சர்டிபிகேட் கொடுப்பாங்க, பொல்யூஷன் சர்டிபிகேட் கொடுப்பாங்க. சோ இந்த ஒரு பண்றதுக்கு நம்மளோட டோட்டல் இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் காஸ்டே இவ்ளோ இருக்கிறதுனால நம்ம வந்து ரெட் கேட்டகரின்னு சொல்லி நம்மள கேட்டகரைஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. சோ அதுக்கு மினிமம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா 5 வருஷத்துக்கு நம்ம எடுக்கணும்ன்ற மாதிரி இருக்கு. இப்ப வரைக்கும் பில்டர் வந்து 1 இயர் எடுத்திருக்காங்க. சோ அது எக்ஸ்பயர் ஆகுது இந்த மார்ச்சோட. சோ அதனால அது திரும்பவும் நம்ம ரெனிவல் பண்ணணும், திரும்ப அதை பண்ணி வைக்கணும் அப்படின்னும் போது அதனோட காஸ்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அரௌண்ட் 12 lakhs right? So 12 lakhs பாத்தீங்கன்னா 12 லட்சம் ரூபாய் நம்ம வந்து இங்க பட்ஜெட் பண்ணிருக்கோம். சோ இதுதான் இவ்வளவு தூரம் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணினாங்க. இப்போ வந்து
Before we go into the questions, the questions may come. What is the AMCs? I will go a little bit in detail. This generators, it's only for labor. Nothing is compressed, and AC is completely with labor and spare parts. The glass doors also with labor. My gate and partners we cannot do. Gym, it's approximate because the gym is valid till March 2026. This solar pump, this STP pumps, 5 STP pumps for the giving the water to the residents, and 5 WTP pumps. Total 10 pumps. Labor from Grand Force. This pump service or this pumps overall will not be done by any manufacturer. Grand Force will be attending 3 months once for doing the maintenance. Okay, the solar panel which is fitted on the terrace, 4 months cleaning as well as maintenance of the, this again goes to labor. CCTV camera, face automation and gate automation, which is clubbed with one vendor, which also again with labor agency for 3 months, which is costing around 1.5 lakhs. The next one is the fire. The fire OEM vendor will be doing only labor agency. We will be doing 3 times visit to ensure the fire equipment and everything is maintained in this apartment. The next is the ventilation. Ventilation which includes all your STP blowers, all the blowers around our apartments. So this is one. And lift the AMC per year is 30 lakhs. Since you are awarding for only 6 months in this year, it is coming on 15 lakhs. And the IoT which is installed, it is coming on 89,000. That's it.
Basically, that is getting over by September.
No, the builder has given the AMC for the lift till September 2026. So we will be renewing from October to March. From next year, it will be 30 lakhs. This year, it will be 15 lakhs. Please understand, this is not 1 year, this is 6 months. This is the budget which we have proposed till next year, April, March 31st. Okay, now we can open up the questions.
What are the aspects which we have not covered?
We have not covered of, you have seen, we have covered only contingencies 50,000 rupees. We have not covered any, except the amenities refurbishment, we have not covered for any other contingencies, any other leakages, or even we, like we said, we spent 1.5 lakhs in the lift. It is a part of contingency. We have not covered anything on that particular part. We have only covered waterproofing for a quite bit, monthly, and any other extensive leakages we have not covered it. Any other damages we have not covered, any pumps we have not covered, and breakages, floods. So these are things we have covered what we expect the machinery to run if you maintain it. That is what the budget proposed. We have kept 50,000 as a buffer that we may incur for all this. If it goes more than that, we have to see how it we capture. It is to case to case. We think that if you maintain the AMCs, you maintain the systems well, since it's the first year or second year, the components should not go much. We are not covered more consumable items. Only 10,000 rupees you are covered for the entire consumable of electrical, plumbing, which are going to incur. 10,000 is today is nothing in a month. So it is due to the trend, we have just captured what we expect can be followed. It is not over budget, but it is what we expect.
With this, if anyone have any questions, we can go and answer. Otherwise, we can.
And the insurance cover for me.
Yes, this is Srinath, E1105. In October, the first GBM proposal was 4.5 per SFT. Now, this year's projection is 5.24. However, based on your proposal of 4.5, now the actions incurred is 4.6. Correct?
Yes. Now, actual run rate is 4.6.
Yeah.
It's not right. 4.5.
My question to the treasurer, we would like to see where exactly we have exceeded or where we are exceeding, leading to 5.24 for the next year. From 4.5, we are actually heading to 5.24, which is a phenomenal jump. So, can you please highlight where are those places where there is this huge jump?
Yeah, I explained in my initial first thought. The first table shows the 4.6 which we are ongoing and incurring so far. And the second table.
Just open the first summary now.
Summary.
Just open summary.
See, if you look at the 4.6, that is what we are so far incurring and we have incurred so far. And the second table, nearly one-time expense we have ever incurred except for one or two parcels of in the area. The remaining all are new items. None of these items have been not incurred, or even we have could have incurred. We have a revenue which has not taken up offset those expenses in the earlier year.
So, these are one-off events, right? For which we will be spending 63 paise.
If you overall take it 63 paise per square feet for one time and the exchange.
This is the they can be excluded and then collected separately and then paid.
No,
I'm just asking.
the cash flow what we predict, it will not meet the upcoming month, April itself, 15 lakhs apart from running out 33 lakhs 20,000.
Can we collect as a corpus or something like that? Can we collect it instead of collecting under maintenance?
Since it is-
Can we collect it as a corpus or some other head?
Yeah,
So we can collect those things, we will take it separately of the collection. First, we are want to finalize the number, what we are going to collect in a year.
it looks like it is inevitable that we have to spend this, right?
Yeah.
Now, whether that should be part of the AMC is something that.
We will speak the methodology of collection or how it has to be done as a subsequent step, but now my focus is clear. Are we all accepting in a year all these expenses has to be incurred, or you want to feel like something more which you have not to have to be added? Then you go either how the channelization of the funds has to happen, either it's a one time or you have to come through maintenance. So that is a separate topic which we can discuss later. But here first I want to freeze this number because this is something that in a year which we want to collect from the residents, either quarterly, monthly, half-yearly. That is a separate topic. We will pick it up.
Srinivas, also, we have talked about the expenses. What about the income? For corpus fund, we have kept in SBI. So there is some income coming from that also.
The interest income currently we thought we will capitalize it, and it is not a good sizable amount. It's 15 lakhs post tax, and that to be realized we have currently deposited as FD for 4 days in the SBA. It will get matured somewhere after the 1.5 year, not immediately.
And that is almost 13 lakhs. 13 lakhs is not going
Can't
to
that
be any more.
interest in one or two installments be met for the AMCs?
So that's why it gets benefited only after now when we have deposited roughly in the month of October also. We will get factored after 1.5 year, which is next year. We will not get utilized that amount or get it our bank account credited this year.
Can we give it notice to the online?
And answer to your question also, irrespective whatever number is, this amount has to be collected if you want to run it. So if we collect at one time separately or this separately, all the jurisdiction of the government collection will also apply. So nothing is going to change. Only we will get it in the month of April, we will get this amount separately, and then this will be collected quarterly basis. That's what I think this is, right?
Yeah, I think, I don't know, the AMCs will be part of the,
So we have one question here that the lift is coming on September. So when we collect we have worked with the treasurer, so with the cash flow, we will be able to manage.
So it works like this. Either every month I have to project a cash flow and collect everything at one time based on my expense, or both I even annualize throughout the year I collect monthly maintenance. What I thought if I collect a one-time cost, what is fixed in use expense which I need to collect in the day one. Why I say so is today the monthly expenses which are not composed is 34 lakh, 33 lakh, 90,000. On top of it, if you go into detailization, the April itself I will incur close to 16 lakhs which I need to collect on top of 34 lakhs. So it is a huge amount as compared to the annualized. We can go either of the option, but it is left to us how we want to go for it.
See, this 5.24 is inclusive
Sir,
of yearly maintenance.
Mike, please, please talk. Okay, last 3 1.
Sound ಜಾಸ್ತಿ
Online also. Online also getting.
3405. My question is, the maintenance cost is 5.24.
Inclusive of payments.
Inclusive of annual charges.
Everything. Inclusive of this 5.24 is covering everything.
If we collect 5.24, then plus GST we will be collecting, right?
GST
That we will
that
cover
topic will cover
later.
later. Because
So can we collect 4.5 separately and then balance is separately? And can it be debited here? The annual maintenance, 4 lakhs which you are going to
And
pay.
ASTB
So
avoided.
separate GST is not provided.
no, it is not a case. GST is something that's a different subject. We will speak in the last how it works. It is not based on the collection.
Yeah. Sir, regarding GST part, we'll give a small gist of it. Then we can work on that question for you.
My point is different. 4.5 you are correctly assigned fine. Okay. The top table is fine. But when you are collecting the annual maintenance, for that inclusion of GST only going to the but you can add in 5.24 and then collectively and then adding another GST, you can double.
இல்ல சார் அந்த மாதிரி நம்ம கலெக்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படி நம்ம பிளான் பண்றோம்
We will cover. Please do not take any subject of GST at the moment. Let us only focus on the expenses, the total RBI actually.
We will come back.
We'll get into the GST portion monthly or the other areas separately because we have done enough homework on this. We have taken many opinions, both internally and externally. We'll get into that subject later.
Let's complete this part first, then we'll move on to the next topic.
இல்ல பேசிக்கா ஜிஎஸ்டி ல நிறைய இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணிருக்கோம் என்னென்ன பாயிண்ட்ஸ் எடுத்து வச்சிருக்கோம் சோ அந்த பாயிண்ட்ஸ் வந்து ஜிஎஸ்டி சொல்லி ஒரு 5 minutes நம்ம கவர் பண்றோம் சோ அப்ப ஸ்டில் அந்த நேரம் உங்களுக்கு அந்த query இருந்ததுன்னா we'll get it addressed இப்போ நம்ம கான்சென்ட்ரேட் பண்றது how we wanted to go for this expenses நம்ம இது எல்லாமே போலாமா இதுதான் எங்களோட ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன் எப்படி நம்ம போலாம் அப்படிங்கறத உங்களோட வியூஸ் கேட்கணும் சோ இது முடிச்சிட்டு ஜிஎஸ்டி பார்ட்டோடது இவங்க என்ன ஸ்டடி பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்றத will explain clear-ஆ explain பண்ணிரோம் அதுக்கு அப்புறமா we'll see like how we can split or integrate எப்படி பண்ணலாம்ன்றத பார்க்கலாம்
This is something on the overall amount which we have to agree. GST is a separate topic, whether how it has to be done, the planning and all, we can take it later. But at the moment, we want everyone to understand that these are all the mandatory expenses which we have budgeted for the next year. And if you are all in agreement, then we can go to the next topic.
Online questions are there.
சரி அது வேண்டாம் சார் கேட்கவே இல்லை சார்
This is regarding the AMC, some are covered with labor and part. Some are not covered.
Yes.
So these parts also sometimes we may incur cost. So how we are provisioning that?
Contingency, sir. We're just going with contingency because see, it's the first year. If I put 1 lakh more, you will ask me what spare parts are expected. Because I have to face you also, right? I have to give an explanation. For example, we had a overhauling of the pumps, we spent 1 lakh. Okay, it is an expenditure. So we expect the next 6 to 1 year, the pumps should not do if you do a proper servicing, right sir? In that case, we are not expecting a renewal of these spare parts. So like this, we are just contemplating that within the contingency. If you expect an unexpected situation, we'll come back to you. Right, that's what the position is.
So there is a scope for also.
Yeah, so because we can't keep on adding it, right? We can only project what we expect. So yes, things will go bad, right? So we will try to, if you do the AMC and do the servicing, like generators, we need to do a 30,000 checks now. It is costing 40,000 rupees. Okay, so that is once in a year for the small generator. Like small things will come up. We'll try to manage within the contingency or the expense which is projected for waterproofing, whatever is it, infrastructure. If it is not able to come, we hope we don't expect every month 50,000 contingencies. Okay. If we expect that, then we have to call for another checks to see some things not going in a proper way. So this is a trend again for next 6 months, but what we project is the expected projection. So it may depend upon this term.
And regarding the AMC, these are all first time we are going for AMC, right?
Rightly, sir. What happens with the AMC is there's something called DLP. The project was under DLP with builder. The builder has now came out. If you don't have the AMC, the maker, every attendance on every inspection will be costing. And second thing is, you cannot maintain because our UPS or they don't have the manufacturer guidelines how to maintain. For example, the fire, there's the pumps, there's 3 sprinkler pumps, there's so many pumps which is there. They don't know the automation and everything. For the grand force, they don't know. They have to call the maker. So at least once in 3 months or once in 4 months, we are planning a visit. Not monthly, not 2 monthly. We have done a lot of studies. We are doing only once in 4 months or once in 3 months to ensure the system and the infrastructure is maintained. The assets are maintained. If you don't maintain it properly, you may lead to more spares.
One more information, AMC and what is the manufacturer?
All the AMC which is provided now is with the OEM. And OEM and OEM authorized. Like who are restricted the system, we are going with that. There is no other one. Even for the AC, you have gone for the high cool, tied up with higher, who is restricted is AC.
So based on what we have many things to be one mechanism or which we are going for a new. So I think this increased 5.24 whatever it is. The only for the part here. From next year onwards, actually it should reduce or it should become the major part of 1 lakh. Out of this reducing that 1 lakh by 5 years. So similarly, after react, for 3 years.
Sir, we can.
So next year it will not come.
Only 12 lakhs will be the one which will not repeat in the next
The
year.
government.
Remaining all will repeat.
No.
This will double.
No, this is
But that will be compensated by with your full year lift AMC, which will again offset 15 lakhs.
This AMC itself is 30 lakhs, sir. We accounted only 15 lakhs.
no, that's why I agree. That I am not going to. I am not
See, the yearly one-time expenses we have calculated for this year, some of the items which is required. This may not occur next year. That is one thing. But out of this 26 lakhs, 15 lakhs you can compensate because lift AMC is going to be 1 year. Apart from this, 11 lakhs is left out. You may propose some other things which may come for next year, 11 lakhs. So we are not thinking any trend change. Most probably we should be going on this trend.
exercise should be done to reduce the recurring maintenance costs which may.
Sir, there possibilities are there. That's why no. Yes. So, for example, I have.
Our treasurer told the GST we can. Thank you.
There are two major expenses which are around 3.67 bytes. Okay. On recurring maintenance. The first one.
Yeah.
And next is TV. These are the two things that we need to focus on. Can I have a breakup of the monthly recurring maintenance?
I can put it across.
We have.
You're talking about the 3.67, right? Go to
Yes.
the sheet one. Go to sheet one. Okay. This is what you're talking about, right?
That only.
That one only.
Yearly.
Yearly.
Per annum. You want monthly.
Let's go to the budget. He is talking about only the monthly reoccurring, right?
Yes.
Go to budget in detail.
So 27
So you're talking about this, right?
27 lakhs payment.
27 lakhs.
Yeah.
Santosh, one second.
That's what we are mentioning.
That is per annum.
Per annum.
So what? Why I'm hiding.
27 lakhs.
Monthly.
Right. So this is the breakup for 27 lakhs.
13 lakh 50,000 is for your UPS.
13 lakh 50 is for UPS, then
Bharatiyam.
6 lakh 50.
so for UPS and security we are paying roughly around 20 lakhs.
That's right. And including the 21.
21 lakhs.
21 lakhs.
Into
No,
the
then include the
STP.
STP because there's a different operator altogether. 21 lakhs. And this one, what we are incurring every time now. So we are putting another, avoid it.
This includes water.
This is the auditor and the lawyer fees.
Water is included in the last one.
Water.
It includes water.
Water.
Except EV, remaining all included.
See, the only positive, whatever we are paying it, if we need to reduce, we have no other scope apart from these things.
Yes. You're right. See, I will put it across this way. We have worked around this where we can reduce. And it is not possible to do the trend. Because we have seen each and every salary of every individual who is getting it on the market, compared to it, and the number of staff, they are aligned. Because we have faced lot of challenges for the last 3-4 months, and after the trend, now we are settled down in certain value where it is aligned. So we have worked around this because this being a huge factor. The questions will come because this being a huge factor, we worked on it.
See, 20 lakhs for the services what we are getting.
No, you're talking
Is it like for both the things put together, security and FM?
including
Is it the-
consumables.
Huh?
Including
Including
consumables.
consumables. Is it the value for the money what we are paying? That is what I need to
There
ask.
is two things there. You're talking about effectiveness. Okay, that is one thing. That is the separate topic. Operational effectiveness that will gradually grow. I do understand, but you're playing for labor. The labor is 1 second. Let me put across. This is now the reason when I'm talking about effectiveness is not going to be going to discuss. Effectiveness will come over the period. We are trying to get it to the margin what we want to get it. But you're paying for the labor. They are working, we have to pay. The salary which we have declared, the salary which we agree, we have to pay. Irrespective they are there. They are attending, they are working, we have to pay for it. This cost is for the payment of the labor. Okay.
Same now. All FM same now.
All FM, we have compared more or less almost same. There is no marginal difference.
We change to KF also same.
Right, we have to compare. Can you able to produce the comparative statements what
That we have done it already.
connection? Why don't you show it once again?
No, I will show you.
One second.
This is the sheet one, no?
By the way, how much did we pay earlier to KF?
Same, sir. More than this. KF
KF
quotation was
24.
more than this actually.
24.
So this is what is the present.
Sorry.
Presently we have 5 of this. We are paying this much, and multi-technician we are paying.
No, he's not asking this.
Comparison of
KF versus
FM is comparison.
KF, so many people you have done it now. You said everybody is in the same platform.
I right now don't have, but we have put it across on PPT also.
In that, that's what I need to ask. There were people, you have had a selection process and everything. Okay? And you went with L1?
You went with?
You went with lowest price?
No, we went with lowest price.
You went with lowest
No,
price?
No, no, no.
Not only lowest.
He is telling lowest
No, no,
price, you are telling low.
Not
We
only
didn't understand
lowest
the
We
price.
share those details, no?
We already shared the PPT. I can share it across. Right now I don't think I have it.
Since you have
Sir, I don't have an
since it is, since you have.
No, this is, we already signed an agreement. I don't know how it is going to happen.
One second.
No, we
So
are
last
talking
week we
about-
asked actually what is the difference between the previous general body meeting and the current one. Okay, so you guys said like you'll be sharing some.
We already shared the expense.
No, we didn't get that. We didn't get what is the
There was
discussion.
comparison between what we have projected and what.
Exactly, because so that like everybody knows like what's happening going forward. Like you guys came in newly, right? So
See, you are
what
telling
did
this
actually?
is the
So that's
best.
we want to know.
We are not telling this is the best.
Hey,
We are telling
you are
these are the
compared, you are compared with man to man, and you are telling this is at par.
We can't
We
just
can't
go from
reduce
all
it.
these-
One second, one second, one second.
We can't say-
One second. Let's answer first. Sriram first.
Yeah.
Let's go one by one. Sriram, so your point of clarification is the comparison between the three.
See, this is you have checked here. For the manpower what we are having, this is the best possible way. That's what you need to say.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There is no possible of reduction.
Possible on reduction, which when we sit
Then
together.
you just tell me yes or
No, no.
It's not possible. So we have to pay this.
Yes.
So
We have analyzed it. This is what the best possible.
You are finding this is different.
Analyzed.
I'm not asking you whether you are finding it or not.
No.
It is the best available in the market or not.
Yes, this is the analyzed situation for the best what we can do. The best manpower.
This manpower is generally statement. We have missed that one.
What we are speaking something which is already signed and.
Agreement is already signed for 2 years.
There is no point for us to.
I see now, you're coming back. I don't know where we are going across.
Not now.
Please share the details of the other codes that we have.
That is already-
That is already there, sir, we can share it, but it's not there handy. It is not there handy, that is what I'm saying, it is there in announcement also.
Sir, there are two parts here. Like if I'm just sharing it now, I'm not able to change the contract, right? I don't know like
No,
what
but
is
you
the
can
purpose
share,
of
but it should be
discussing
in
now,
information, no?
okay, because we are discussing about the budget. Let's stick to that point. Talking about the contract, I can share it because it is around October, we have shared all the comparisons. You can see OSI, you can see, the UPS, you can see the KF quotations, everything is there. How we have analyzed and how we have come up with the solution also, it was there. So based on that.
In the same thing, you had expert committee meeting Okay, the expert committee 90% voted for Integra. But overnight it has changed to UPS at a higher rate. What is the reason behind that?
Higher rate.
Yes, Integra was cheapest. No, Integra was cheaper.
No, sir.
You are not.
No, I'll tell you what is the reason behind
Integra is
it.
not
One
cheaper.
second. Don't come into assumptions.
It's not assumption. I'm just asking you the clarification.
No. It is neither cheaper nor both. If you see the PPT, it was very clear. Both are at par. Both were excelling in one of the apartments. Both are excelling in one of. We had very bad reviews of Integra when we are cross-checking with a couple of reviews.
So you have cross-checked only after the meeting is over overnight.
Not overnight. Not overnight. Please understand. We had a review, and post review we were getting some numbers to cross check with couple of apartments. During that review, we got the numbers at a later date. So when we start to that and when we discussed with them, it was totally bifactual. So then we again called up and then we convinced this is what it is, where we want to go. Again the same team I come across. We decided this is what we're getting it, and they were the speaker. They were discussing everything within the team, and then we decided we'll go with UPS. So it was not that
It is a team decision.
it is a team
The
decision.
entire committee decision.
Of course, entire decision.
And committee members over here, can you please able to?
Of course, it is entire.
Yes, it is.
No, it is entire committee decision.
One thing I'm telling you, committee decision.
Please, committee decision.
We are all annoyed on the maintenance, I accept.
But aligned maintenance, I am not talking about a maintenance itself.
Let me complete it. Listen what I'm telling you, then you talk.
Sir, you are going out of context. I am not telling I am annoyed about maintenance.
If you are annoyed, why you want to be rating this now?
No, Sriram, but I want
I'm just telling you.
Okay, you complete it.
I will take this down.
Yes, please.
I'm more that one, I forget things.
Please, go ahead. You can sit and
We
talk.
are talking about.
Sir, Mike, sir, please.
இல்ல மைக்ல work ஆகுது.
Sir, not audible.
We are talking about what happened in October. Right now, there was a meeting or ODSC. Those particular and you are talking about the integrity of the 21 members.
No, not at all. It is your assumption. No, not at all. I want clarification. You are diverting the topic. No, not at all. I am asking the clarification. I am asking the clarification. No, not at all. You are diverting. I am asking the clarification. I am asking the clarification. You are duty bound to reply to that. I am not telling. I am not talking about integrity. You are diverting the topic. No, I never said integrity. I am asking the clarification. No, you have to take up the words. I have not told it, so I am not asking for that. How can you say that I am not talking about integrity of the I have told you. Yes, you are not shouting. I am not shouting. I am asking
You want to see the Pradeep, please. Guys, we have some professionalism, right?
Guys, let's.
We have some professionalism to talk, right?
He is not having.
No, see,
let me answer, sir, please.
Set the forum.
Raju sir, explain control பண்ணுங்க.
ஈஸி நம்பர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க
சார்.
அது ஒருத்தர்
வேண்டாம் வெளில போயிட்டு பேசிட்டு வரீங்களா?
அதுக்கு சார் நான் பேசுறேன் நீ வெளில போங்க முதல்ல நீ யார் வெளில போக சொல்றதுக்கு நீ யார் வெளில போக சொல்றதுக்கு நீ வெளில போங்க முதல்ல நீ வெளில போறீங்க நீங்க போறீங்க வேணுங்க நீ யார் நீ வெளில
Please take your seat. Guys, with all due respects, there is a forum ethics. Please.
அவர் ஏப்டா இந்த பில்டிங்
Sir, I want to repeat on this, sir.
Raju sir, please.
நான் வாயை திறக்கல
எல்லாரும் உட்கார்ந்து இருக்காங்க sir. Okay, sir, respect கொடுங்க. நீங்க பேசிக்கிட்டே இருந்தா யாருமே பண்ண முடியாது.
ரெஸ்பெக்ட் இருக்கு क्वेश्चंस இருக்கு டைரக்டா கேட்கணும் நீங்க பதில் சொல்லுங்க நோ இன்டர்நெட்
Let's have a forum ethics, please. Anyone has a question, put up their hands, we will answer. That question is answered in a proper manner. The question also needs to be raised in a proper manner. It's a forum of friends. There is no one accusing anybody anything. Your volume, your body language is a key. This is a forum of over 100 people. Let's respect each other. All of your questions will be answered, no doubt. But please do not speak within yourselves. Please start. The accusing tone is not really required. Be rest assured, you will get answers for any questions that you ask. Kandipa sir, please don't speak within yourself. You're disturbing others. That is the only intent. If you want to speak with each other, speak. Come back inside. No problem at all. So please raise your hand. We'll take turns. We will ensure we come to you and answer your question also. Is that fair? Everybody, relax. BP is low. Tea is on the way. Relax. We will take your question.
I need cool drinks now.
Sir, mostly
let us answer complete this
A lot of people from front have been answering. Let's go back. We'll have people in the back asking.
Sir, மத்தவங்களுக்கு chance கொடுங்க sir. Please. திருப்பி வரும்.
திரும்ப சொல்லிடுறேன் இன்னைக்கு என்ன மீட்டிங் அஜெண்டாக்கு வந்திருக்கோமோ let's finish it off. இந்த UPS comparison everything நம்ம already அக்டோபர்லயே பேசினது. Again, if you want to pick it up, அது அப்படினா we'll have a separate conversation. We'll see how we can fix it. அதுக்கப்புறம் next point நீங்க ஏன் அவர் வந்து கேக்குறாரு ஏன் உள்ள வராருன்னா ஒரு part of people will understand what is there, like what we have projected. One part of people could not have understood. So other base pani maybe he would have just come to justify something.
is coming in ma'am இதே நம்ம எதுக்கு பண்றாங்க எது கேட்டாலும் 5 பேர் கூட வந்துறாங்க லைக் போறது கை
Order for L1 or L2. This is what I asked. Haven't tested the integrity of individuals? Then why he gets He is accusing me. He is accusing me. This is not the first time he is accusing. He has already accused him. Why he has already accused him? He can't find another like we have already told you. Have we not?
The same thing can be asked to multiple
And then you are telling so many things to us. Why you are not telling this to him? Tell him.
I am not saying anything to you. You have all rights to speak. He is also having all rights to speak. Sir, that's all.
That's not
I
right.
am listening
You
to
are
you.
also telling to me what you are not telling to
I am listening to you all. The same thing is what I am expecting.
We want to go to next matter. Recommend the next matter. It's not on the agenda.
You shouting to make it fit on. What is the list? What is the list? Guys, it is not only that, if you show up.
Nobody said, leave it as it is.
It is not only the same topic, you have to use the word.
இப்போ நான் தமிழ் தவிர வேற எதுவுமே பேச சரி let's சரி agenda வந்துடலாம் please
Next topic you can take. Go to the next topic.
So again, first point, let's just finish it. இதுதான் நம்மளோட expenses எல்லாமே. இது நம்ம எப்படி split பண்ணிருக்கோம்? சார் ஒரே
Sir, I will put it across. Sir, I truly understand your point. Okay. You are talking about 27 lakhs, right? Okay. Perfect. So, talking about this amount right here, 33 lakhs, 90,000.
9.25 and 27.03.
Okay, these two.
Yes. That is, right side of first one is 3.67, last one is 0.7 plus.
EV, I will put it across. I'll put it up. For EV, we went through solar quotation also. With the space what we had, they are charging us 1.8 crores. For example, to get rid of this 4 lakhs, I'll put it up. First, let me finish. To reduce 4 lakhs of EV, they are charging a corpus of 1.7 crores. And the other option also for getting it from some other apartments, wherever there's a solar panel, to rent it out from there. We are working across. But presently, what we are projecting is what we are inquiring.
Sir, we all have to understand that the EV is based on the usage, or they are operating on the solar. So if the consumption is reduced, that is the only way where we can reduce the EV. This particular component, even as we are also concerned on the accountability. This already history has already been decided. We have to observe the 6 months of minimums or some resolution.
I will see cost saving on this EV as of now. Any cost saving resolution?
Yes, sir.
We have cut down some ACs to ensure the cost saving.
What is the saving, sir? Can you show that?
25,000.
In mouth you can say, we have done.
No, it's been days. Earlier in gym, I think all the ACs have been running. Now we have.
Wherever you see lights are glowing, always lights are.
Sir, only the responsibility of the association or everyone have to calculate which on these areas.
Sir, before doing any calculation, any cost saving, why are increasing cost?
So we are not increasing any cost. That's why they are.
So you are coming to 5.24.
No.
It's up to us. It's not here.
See, this is what we are. No, one second. Yes, see me.
What is the savings, sir? Do you have any savings cost on it?
See, that's what I'm telling you.
Show me.
One second.
என்ன பண்ணிருக்கோம் 6 மாசம்
This one is the running cost, what we are doing, right? This one is not at all being captured, which is going to be the additional cost. Running cost, the same cost which you are running now. There is no AMC valid, there is no one-time expenditure which will be captured. Okay, this is the running cost. The running cost, run. ஆனா இதுதான் எக்ஸ்ட்ரா வருது ஆக்சுவலா.
Sir, இந்த running ஆகிட்டே இருக்கு sir. இது cost increase ஆகிட்டே இருக்கு sir.
Exactly. நான் என்ன சொல்றேன்?
But can we change? Sir, can we change every after 3 months or 4 months? I don't know, sir, because today wherever we go, at least 6 months is what we have to see. Or we will, yes, if you don't, like we can do that. 6 months is the minimum time which we can expect effort to understand and run the show. If you are not happy, we can go on for termination. But are we expecting from October is what hardly we have to take this is UPS.
Why did you sign 3 years agreement?
Why we signed 3 years?
I can't get you.
2 years, 5 years.
Why did you sign 3 years agreement? Why you signing?
See, we can cancel the UPS within 3 months also. Very simple. Okay. If we are not expecting the proper SLA, which is started the month of February, which I already told in the last meeting.
What is percentage of SLA? The performance is above 50%.
That's what I'm telling you. We have an agreement. We have some performance which we can claim with UPS, and depending on SLA, if they are performing poor for continuous 3 months, we can terminate. Contract is only what we sign. Okay. What I'm talking is expense. It's all labor expenses. I'm understanding your part of effectiveness. If you are expecting under 3 months, this effectiveness is not improving, we'll again come across and we'll cancel the UPS. But if you go to other vendors also, the cost of the labor is no assumption. No assumption. Suresh, it's not what I'm telling you. See,
When you're not taking effort to
no. Suresh, see, what I'm telling is that is a huge cost. As a resident, you are thinking on it. As an associate, you might have think, நம்மளும் பார்த்திருக்கோம், அனலைஸ் பண்ணிருக்கோம். ஓகேவா? இல்ல அது வந்து பெரிய காசு. புரியுதா? அது நீங்க அதான் சுரேஷ், நீங்களே யோசிக்கிற போது 21 பேர் கண்டிப்பா யோசிச்சிருப்பாங்க. அட்லீஸ்ட் யோசிச்சிருப்பாங்க நம்புறீங்க.
என்னப்பா
6 மாசம் என்ன எஃபோர்ட் எடுத்துருக்கீங்க?
Suresh sir, நம்ம explain பண்ணிட்டு we'll go to the agenda sir. ஓகேவா? நான் explain பண்றேன்.
There is no point in discussing this thing. You must verify both.
இல்ல நான் சொல்லிடுறேன், நீங்க கேட்ட அந்த UPS க்கு சொல்லிடுறேன்.
காசு நீ 6 மாசம் அசோசியேட் 6 மாசம் என்ன காசு
சார் ஒரு நிமிஷம் நான் முடிச்சிடுறேன். இல்லன்னு சொல்லல, ஒரே நிமிஷம் நான் முடிச்சிடுறேன். நம்ம செப்டம்பர்ல தான் டேக் ஓவர் பண்ணோம், உங்களுக்கே தெரியும் கரெக்ட்டா? அப்பதான் ஆல் ஆஃப் a sudden நம்ம ஒரு எமர்ஜென்சி GBM-உமே வெச்சோம். ஏன் வந்து நம்ம UPS க்கு போறோம்ன்றதையும் நம்ம சொன்னோம். எமர்ஜென்சி GBM-ல we explain. அந்த டைம்லயே யார் உள்ள வந்தாலும் நம்மளோட இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் எப்படி ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணுங்க. ஆல் ஆஃப் a sudden நான் என்னால வந்து இவங்க வந்திருக்காங்க, இவங்க கோவா பர்ஃபார்மன்ஸ் என்னால just like that I cannot say. இருங்க சொல்லி முடிச்சிடுறேன். இந்த ஒரு அசெட்டையும் அவங்க ஐடென்டிஃபை பண்ணி பில்டர் கிட்ட இருந்து வாங்குறதுக்கே 2 months ஆயிடுச்சு. ஓகேங்களா? அதுக்கப்புறம் அவங்களுக்கான ரிசோர்சஸே வந்துட்டு இங்க இருக்க ஹவுஸ் கீப்பிங் ஸ்டாஃப்ஸ் மட்டும் சொல்றேன். நம்ம போட்ட ஸ்டாஃப்ஸ் நம்பர்ஸ பொறுத்து நம்ம கொடுக்கிற பேமெண்ட் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அவங்களுக்கு வெறும் ஜஸ்ட் 13,000 12,000 is what they have been paid. ஆனா மார்க்கெட் வேல்யூல ஒருத்தர் கூட within 1 weekல எல்லாம் ரிசைன் பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டே இருக்காங்க. எங்களுக்கு இவ்ளோ வேலைக்கு என்னால வர முடியாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டு ரிசைன் பண்ணாங்க. சோ இதெல்லாம் நம்ம பார்த்துட்டே இருப்போம். ஒரு ரிசோர்ஸுமே நம்மளோட எஸ்டிபி பிளான்ட் இப்போ எப்படி இருக்குன்னு யாருக்கும் தெரியாது. எஸ்டிபி பிளான்ட் நம்ம வந்தப்ப அதையுமே நான் எமர்ஜென்சி GBM-ல அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணோம். எஸ்டிபி இஸ் லைக் ஃபுல்லா போயாச்சுன்னு சொல்லியாச்சு. சொல்லி முடிச்சிடுறேன். எஸ்டிபி பிளான்ட்ல மட்டுமே ஒரு ஆபரேட்டரை கொண்டு வர்றதுக்கு எங்களுக்கு அவ்வளவு நாள் ஆச்சு. ஒருத்தர் கூட வந்து அதை ஆபரேட் பண்றதுக்கு ஒத்துக்கவே இல்லை. சோ இந்த மாதிரியான ஆபரேஷனல் இஷ்யூஸ் எல்லாம் டிராக் ஆயிட்டே இருந்தது. யார் உள்ள வந்தாலும் அன்லெஸ் அண்ட் அன்டில் பில்டரோ இல்ல அந்த OEM வெண்டாரோ வந்தா மட்டும் தான் அந்த STP-யை அடுத்தடுத்த லெவலுக்கு கொண்டு போறதுக்கே நம்மளுக்கு ஒரு ரிசோர்ஸை கொண்டு வர்றதுக்கே நம்மளுக்கு லேட் ஆச்சு. இந்த ரிசோர்ஸ் எல்லாத்தையும்
நீங்க வந்து 6 மாசம் பர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ணிருக்கீங்களா? இன்னொரு 6 மாசம் கேரியர் போறோம். அப்ப போய்
இல்ல
ஆமா Why should we bother about individuals? Say house keeping வரலைங்கறீங்க. வேற வந்து இவரு மெயின்டனன்ஸ் ஆள் வரலைங்கறீங்க. அதெல்லாம் எதுக்கு நமக்கு?
வரலன்னு யாரும் சொல்லலையே.
நம்ம சர்வீஸ் ப்ரொவைடர்
சரியா வரது இல்ல. சரியா எங்க ஏன் பத்தி கரையா இருக்குது. எங்க பையன் 2 தடவை நான் போன் எடுத்து அனுப்பிச்சு கூட அவங்க பண்ணல.
இது வரணும். அதையும் நம்ம
சரியா
இல்ல சார் அதெல்லாம்
கிடையாது.
அதெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு இஷ்யூஸா இருக்குதுன்னு சொல்ல வந்தோம் சார்.
ஏஜென்சி என்ன போறோம்? நம்ம இந்த தலைவலி
இருக்க கூடாதுன்னா
அந்த தலைவலியை நம்ம வச்சுக்கலாமா? சோ அப்படினா அந்த மாதிரி ஏஜென்சி பிடிச்சிருக்கோம்ல ப்ளீஸ் பாருங்க.
சரி நான் இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்கன்றதுதான் என்னோட பாயிண்டா இருக்கு. நான் நம்மளோட அசெட்டை அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பண்ணி அது எப்படி வர்க் ஆகுதுன்னு கண்டுபிடிக்கிறதுக்கே இந்த ரிசோர்சஸ் எல்லாம் கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. தட் இஸ் வாட் we are trying to say. நம்ம திரும்பவும் வந்து இந்த எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் நீங்க பாக்குறீங்க where we can reduce or whether we can go ahead with these expenses. எங்கயாவது நாங்க மிஸ் பண்றோம் இல்ல ஏதாவது ஆட் பண்ணலாம் இல்ல ஏதாவது லெஸ் பண்ணலாம்னு if you have any ideas na we'll go for it. இல்ல அப்படினா we'll go for the next topic. ஐடியாவே வேண்டாம்ன்றீங்க. எதுவே வேணாமா?
இல்ல ஐடியா கேட்கணும்.
நீங்க ஜிஎஸ்டி எடுத்தீங்களாவே நல்லா இருக்கும். ஜிஎஸ்டி எடுத்தாலே நல்லா இருக்கும்.
As usual, உங்களுக்கு தெரியாது இல்ல இன்ட்ரோடக்ஷன் and then please சொல்லுங்க.
ராஜகோபாலன் 027 உங்களுக்கு தெரியும். ஆனா ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் ஆஃப் PM IST நம்ம வரோம். அது இரண்டாவது பார்ட். நீங்க சொன்னீங்க இல்லையா எல்லாம் நாங்க போடுறோம். ஒண்ணே ஒண்ணுதான் போடுறீங்க. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் மீட்டிங்ல சொன்ன மாதிரி தான் யார் சொன்னாங்க அப்படி சொன்னாங்க நினைக்கிறேன். டியூவல் கம்யூனிகேஷனே நடக்க மாட்டேங்குது. ஒரு தகவல் போர்டுலாம் வச்சிட்டு நாங்க முடிவு எடுத்தாச்சு போட்டாச்சு. ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஆஃப் ஆல் தட் itself is wrong.
Sir, remove this one. Sir, remove this one. We'll close this one. You speak.
Absolutely.
You close this one and you hear the maintenance. Close this one. No, you close this one.
I am not freezing it இல்லையா நான் உங்ககிட்ட தான காட்றேன்.
Sir, every time you are commenting on the PPT and
நீங்க தான் இப்போ சொல்ல போறீங்க. நான் உங்ககிட்ட தான் கேக்குறேன்.
The PR was setting that way ஒரு நடராஜன் சார் ஆரம்பிச்சாரு மந்த்லி மெயின்டனன்ஸ் ஒரு கான்செப்ட் எடுத்தோம்.
அடுத்த டாபிக் என்ன சார் இது?
அதுதான் நான் சொல்றேன் எல்லாமே வந்து ஒரு மெசேஜ்
அது இல்லையா அத பத்தி பேசணும் இந்த மீட்டிங் அதுக்கு அடுத்த டாபிக் நான் வாட்ஸ்அப்ல எடுத்து சொல்றாங்கல்ல
சார் ராஜகோபால் சார் ஒரு 2 minutes வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க.
ஒரு அரை மணி நேரம் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்க முடிக்கலாம் டாபிக் அப்பனா
அவர் சொன்ன மாதிரி நாங்க முடிச்சிட்டுமா கவுண்ட் எடுத்துமா
சார் அதெல்லாம் அத விட்டு சார் அதெல்லாம் கிடையாது. இதுக்கு அடுத்த டாபிக் கொஞ்சம் பேசணும் சார் அது பேசி முடிச்சு நம்ம இத லைட் கேட்கலாம்.
இங்க டாபிக்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்கு. உங்களோட क्वेश्चंस எல்லாம் நான் லாஸ்ட் டைமே நான் ஒரே லிசன் பண்ணிட்டு போயிடுங்க. லாஸ்ட் டைமே நான் சொன்னேன்
கேட்ட பதில் சொல்லுங்க. அதுக்கு பொறுமையா பதில் சொல்லணும். அதை விட்டு ஒருத்தர் வெளில போடுறது ஒருத்தர் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டு போறது அப்ப பொது விஷயம் வரக்கூடாது.
யாரெல்லாம் க்ளோஸ் பண்ணல நான் லாஸ்ட் டைமே சொன்னதுதான். உங்களோட ஃபீட்பேக்ஸ் எல்லாம் ரொம்ப சீரியஸா நாங்க பார்த்துட்டு தான் இருக்கோம். நாங்க அதை அட்ரஸ் பண்றோம். உங்ககிட்ட நாங்க லாஸ்ட் மீட்டிங்லயே சொன்னோம். பிஆ சாரோடது உங்களோடது எல்லாருமே பார்த்துருக்கோம். அந்த ஃபீட்பேக் இன்னும் நான் போகல சார். அந்த டாபிக் போகல சார். அதுதான் வெயிட் பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொல்றேன்.
எவ்வளவு மட்டும் தான் சொல்லிருக்கோம். ப்ரொஜெக்ஷன்
நான் திரும்பவும் சொல்றேன். we have lot of topics to cover. சார் திரும்ப சொல்லிட்டேன் சார்.
நான் போய் போடுறேன் அப்படின்னு போட்டு ரெடியூல் பண்றோம்.
சார் நாங்க மட்டும் பொறுமையா பேசலாம். நீங்க யாருமே பண்ண மாட்டீங்கன்னா என்ன சொல்லலாம் சொல்லுங்க. சார் நாங்க மட்டும் பொறுமையா பேசுனா நீங்க யாருமே பண்ண மாட்டீங்கன்னா என்ன பண்றது? Please sir. சொல்லுங்க சார். கொஞ்ச நேரம் முடிச்சிடலாம். உங்களோட டாபிக் வரலன்னா நீங்க இங்க இருந்து போவே போவாதீங்க. உட்கார்ந்து
நான் இங்க ஆர்குமெண்ட்டுக்கோ சண்டைக்கோ வரல மேடம். பாயிண்ட் நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கங்க. என்னுடைய பாயிண்ட் வந்து இட் should be a collaborative effortங்கிறது தான் போராடுறேனே தவிர அவர் என் அண்ணே வந்து பேசிட்டு இருக்காரு போட்டுருவேன் வெச்சிருவேன் போட்டுவேன்னா நான் தான் சொல்றேன் போட்டுங்க கிளம்பிங்க யார் வேணாலும் பார்க்கலாம் அந்த வார்த்தை please always using that word even last meeting using that word
சார் finish பண்ணிங்க சார் எல்லாரும் அவங்களோட டைமை வேஸ்ட் பண்ணிங்க உட்கார்ந்துட்டாங்க சார் let's finish it truthfully please sir I am taking the responsibility please sit we'll get it answered
ready to call no one is ready to discuss
அதுதான் சரி இப்ப நடக்குது சார் அதுதான் சரி இப்ப நடக்குது ப்ளீஸ் வெயிட் சார் சொல்லுங்க சார்
You should set it. Rajat sir, again. Gentlemen, please. There are a sizable number of ladies and gentlemen sitting at the back. There are also people. Guys, quorum ethics. One conversation at a time. Put up your hands. We will answer your query. I'm coming to you, sir. I keep saying this, but we keep intervening. Please, gentlemen, there are people at the back. முன்னாடி இருக்காங்க தமிழ்ல பேசணும் தான் இஷ்டப்படுறாங்க மத்தவங்களுக்கு தமிழ் புரியாத மாதிரி எல்லாரும் பார்த்துக்க வேண்டியது இட்ஸ் a forum.
இப்போ நீங்க என்ன பாயிண்ட் ஒரு நிமிஷம் என்ன பாயிண்ட் ஒரு இவ்வளவு நேரம் பேசுறீங்களா அத வந்து எனக்கு தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்க தமிழ்ல சொல்லுங்க ஏன்னா நீங்க பேசுறது இல்ல
அவங்க நாங்க தமிழ்நாட்டுல தான் இருக்கிறோம் நாங்க வந்து ஆந்திரால இல்ல
அவரை பத்தி
பாத்தீங்களா நீங்க தமிழ்ல
சரி அவங்க பேசுனா எவ்வளவு பேசுங்க
ஓகே யார் கேக்குறாங்களோ அவங்க என்ன மொழியில கேக்குறாங்களோ அந்த மொழியில அவங்க தமிழ் தெரியாது அவங்க இங்கிலீஷ்ல கேக்குறாங்க நான் இங்கிலீஷ்ல படிக்கிறேன்
அந்த இங்கிலீஷ்ல போடுறீங்க படிக்கிறேன்
என்ன பண்ண முடியும் I'm coming to you.
கர்நாடகாலயோ மகாராஷ்டிராலயோ இல்ல
Please go ahead.
What I do is common services which is across our society. There are many societies in the world. So how many societies have been compared? Like for example, what are the benefits of other societies? We are talking all in and how much they are charging, and how much we are charging. And we don't need to put this on that. And if we have done that, what are the societies and what are their charges? Can that be revealed to the youth?
No, I think that was the one like we were actually discussing. We just finished that one. That's where like we were all and then we have that comparison. It's there in the official community also. We'll share it again with you.
No, if you are talking about the same capacity of the society, you are comparing about the amount which charge, right? The infrastructure is different. The same infrastructure nearby, what we are comparing, they are charging much more higher. I will tell you 1 second. I'll tell you. Now, second thing is this month you are talking about the first monthly recurring and planned maintenance charges. It's coming with the labor. The amount of labor we have put.
Don't divert. I think the point is very clear.
Sir, that's all.
No. Don't give the breakup, sir. Please be very clear and short. Be precise.
Okay. Which 1.2? Radiance is only charging more than this.
Radiance Mandarin is 10 years old flat.
Radiance Mandarin is almost 10 years. 4.2 plus EB also is charging.
As time goes on, and relatively our other things will be depending on the management.
One conversation at a time, please, guys. Gentlemen, one conversation at a time. One conversation at a time, please.
What are the six societies? How they classify?
See, that's what I'm telling now. We have compared the societies. What is the comparison expecting? No, even Olympia did more than this 750 components. Charging more than this.
Let it be more or less. We are not bothered to understand what is the exact price. Our question actually is.
But the infrastructure will change, no, sir. We're talking about manpower.
Please allow us to complete our Please allow us to complete this. We have actually added on.
Gentlemen, one conversation at a time, please.
See,
While we understand that every other community is different,
Yes.
the question is about the services.
Yes, they are also.
Please compare service by service. Some may have semi-cool, some may not have semi-cool. So therefore, on a total overall basis, don't compare. Service by service, there can be comparison.
The service based on the capacity.
It's not that because you are now talking about 5.25. It's not that all the money that is being collected is being pocketed. We are not saying that. At the same time, from the audience, don't be under the assumption that what we are paying is being taken by the association. We are paying to the government. Right? Let us all be together to understand for the service, for the money that we are paying, what is the services that we are getting? Number one, are we paying more or less compared to others who are paying for the same kind of services? Please enlighten us.
The only comparison, I can answer this in a two-fold. If you go by component-wise breakup, what is different cost which is making maintenance for ACE is what important for me. And secondly, rather I am going with the comparison today, if I have to take an AMC with AC, I don't need to follow what brigade is following or the other is following, but I have to get best score who are the players in the AMC. If you want to do that analysis, we can give. But tomorrow again, in what way we can compare with other societies, that is something which we have not done, and we are not going to do also for two reasons. This is something which is applicable to ACE, and we are going to do the comparisons of the cost with the respective players in that field. A 1 year old ACE cannot be compared with 20 years.
One conversation at a time. This gentleman had come to yesterday asking us to compare. Now, we took conscious effort. We, based on our previous conversations with the gentleman, he had stated Olympia, a sizable society. We reached out to the secretary. His name is also secretary. His name is also Mr. Santosh. He gave us Mr. Ramachandran's number, who was the GST expert. We spent 3 hours yesterday with him. We have reached out to Casa Grande. We have reached out to Prestige. We have reached out to at least 4 or 5 other communities. I'll finish up. I'll give you the communities we reached out. We can't ask them for their books. We need to be very clear, right? Anyone asking for my books, I don't share. So I'm not expecting them to share their books to us. We can ask for guidance. We can say, boss, I am 4.5, you are 4. Tell me, how are you actually effectively able to manage? That's a question I can ask. But I can't say, give me your books. That's not feasible.
Even we are
Exactly.
so us to get the books, I was surprised.
It's not possible, sir.
So we made it in.
Today,
நீங்க பேசுறது தமிழ்ல நீங்க பேசுங்க.
today, monthly recurring maintenance, 80% of the cost is pertaining to UPS. We all agree.
So that is where I'm also coming. See, if 80% of the cost is going to UPS, so other societies, I think.
Now, however, no,
You can
whether
know
it is-
better. All of you are like charges only.
Okay, one second.
Wait, 1 minute. All of you are like charges 3 rupees 50 paise. We are paying 3 rupees 67 paise for the only for UPS. On the maintenance. We are charging 3 rupees 50 paise for everything.
no, that is where
So,
what is
huge
there
difference.
One second.
is what we need to understand. See, no,
What is asking?
Okay,
One second. Sir, 1 second, sir.
Let him finish.
One second.
3 months once in the apartment la pay
So, for your answer to this question, 1 second. For your answer to this question, it is less two components. One is number of persons utilized for one.
One conversation. Guys, one conversation, please.
Put the sheet one. UPS number. And the UPS sheet one. Again, sheet one மட்டும் what he wants is how that is compared. Sheet one, sheet one.
Oh, இதுலயா அதான் கேட்டு யூபிஎஸ் தான் கேட்டு
Guys, one conversation, guys, please. Guys, if you want to speak with each other, it's not just disturbing others, please. One conversation at a time.
Sivan, to answer your question, we have compared this manpower to this cost, first of all, with other societies. Okay? This manpower, this cost, is it what, as par, what we are paying, we are compared with other societies. But this amount is necessary or not? No, I am answering your question. See, we need this particular amount of persons for the society that is decided by our analysis for last 3 months. If you need 24% for housekeeping, we can make it 10, that is depending on us. But are we paying the correct amount? Is it compared? I can show you a number of groups. Are we paying at par? We are compared. But the amount of resource, what we want, is analyzed by us.
One conversation.
If you take this sheet and give us a clarification, where we are charging more, where we can reduce it out, we can very well go open. It's open to everyone. What we have analyzed is put across.
Adding to what Santosh said, 2 secretaries laughed at us. He said, sir, why do you need a 45-year-old secretary? Sir, have 65. We will accept it. It's a conscious call that we take. Doshi has finished up. No. I'll finish up. No, Doshi has taken a calculated call to say a 65-year-old guy is more than sufficient for us. His cost will be 70% of this, no doubt. Now, is that what we want? Is a conscious call that we need to take. Now, if we want a 50-year less person, we have to pay accordingly only.
Housekeeping, initially ma'am told 12,500 rupees, 30,000 was the payment. Okay. Everyone was more than 45-50 years. We have seen lot of challenges. We came across and then we made a slab telling them not 35 to 40 the range. Then we need to pay a little bit more for that. So we have taken n number of code for this. We can work with the same 10 housekeeping. We can work with 15 housekeeping. How many do we want? Based on the last 3 months trend, what are the challenges we have faced? Finally, we have concluded, we have decided that this much of housekeeping and this much of security, this much of persons needed for the society to run the operation. That is what we came into a conclusion. So this will be practically possible. Now it's open with you. If you come and tell me I can give the same thing with a lesser rate, no problem. 3 months we can change the process. But it has all been analyzed for ACPAR for this property, and a couple of quotations already been done. It's not that it is this paper is because of scrutiny. It has gone through so much of scrutiny because inside ourselves we know the main amount what we are paying is for UPS and security and the one-time expenses. We are aware of it, but this is what is today's part.
The rate comparison can be done, but whether we require 40
So,
or not is
so
also
if the security is needed 10 or 14, it is different.
Whether we are getting the quality for which we are paying is no. Answer is no.
See, one second actually, you are saying.
We are not getting the quality, sir. You are saying that you are employing people below 50 and you are paying more. But whether we are getting the service, no.
That's what I was also going to
Yeah, sir, I told you, one second. I already told you the same thing. We are improving step by step. That's always a process. We are having an SLA from February, 3 months, already SLA been calculated. Please give us time because see,
That we are ready to give.
see, what happens is, there is an improvement. It's nothing like, it is the same thing which has happened in the month of December. We are standing same now. It is not at all, right? So, there is a steps which is in progress, either financially and also with respect to the effectiveness. We as association, we know how much we are doing with the UPS in enhancing the effectiveness. It is a process. We always have a timeline. SLAs is in force. From February, I told you, 3 months SLA is there. February, March, April. Okay, so we also have the reviews. So this all takes time. What we are paying here for the labor, what I am explaining you is for the labor.
So the labor only, sir, we are paying.
I understand.
We are ready to pay more, provided we get the quality of
Sir,
service.
what I am telling is, we are paying at par. What I am telling is, we are paying at par. We are not saying we are paying more, we are paying less. We are paying for the par. Are we getting the effectiveness what you asked? It is the time plan which we are given. Okay, but we are paying at par. We are not paying more.
No, we are prepared to wait. We are prepared to wait for the
That is how it works, sir, actually.
But it has to be improved.
Yeah, of course, sir. It's one step at a time, right? It gradually grows up. Society has taken from October with lot of issues. We have added enough number of stacks. Now things has been identified, regenerated, couple of things sorted out, couple of things we are struggling across. There's funds need to be there. So it has to work in that particular way. But if you ask me, we need the same number of persons, that is what we analyze. If you think we can cut costs on persons, very well enough, we can put it across.
So one question actually, why we need security is like more than 3 to 4 people on the gates actually. Because every time when we see on the front gate or back gate, we have been seeing like around 4 to 5 people. They just chit chat.
I'll put it across.
Why we need that? Like,
I'll put it across. Security.
How many visitors are entering in this society?
Okay.
So we can
So why we put the barriers? Why we put the barriers? So why is
He will answer you.
So 2 people is
Who's fine? Who's fine?
Okay, who is there?
the boom variant, 200 people have not collected the tag. He has to check the vehicle whether it is belonging to the society or not.
So that-
Otherwise, they will park in unauthorized place. That's why the third person is for the 8 hour. He is not at the
8-hour person been utilized there. That's one lobby person. He's been utilized there because we still, as today you might have seen about these 200 persons, residents are not approved. So that transition period is not completed.
But thing is actually not only the gates, okay, even in the communities, the towers actually the same thing, right?
Let's put it across. What I'm telling is, we are here, one second, please. We are here for the financial, first of all. You're talking about effectiveness.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. Effectiveness, I already told you, that's something which is in a period of transition.
No, I understand. The thing is, it is not getting improving. That's what I said. Like every meeting, it says like it is getting improved. So it's not growing.
I totally get your views. Okay.
One second, one point. Before this phase, the entry part, okay, that was having a limitation. The builder which gave it to us, it was having a limitation of 5,000 users. We were not able to add more users. Now we have taken the AMC for and we have increased it to 10,000.
See, not about the shift. See, not about. I'm not talking about the AMC. I'm talking about the amount.
See, you're talking about security persons, right?
Yes,
One second,
exactly. I'm talking about inefficiency.
You're talking about security persons.
Yes.
Tower-wise, there's 4 security persons being placed. Okay.
But there is no. They were not there at all. They were not there at all. Actually, every day I'm saying.
Four
If you
levels
want,
are
I can
no.
pass. If you want, whenever I go, I can take the pick and I can.
No, one second. Sir, I will tell you.
Simply posting the questions.
Sir, that's what, sir. Tower-wise, 4 securities, 4 towers, 4 securities. And 2 at the entry gate, 1 at the exit, 7. 2 for A and B on the driveway side, and C for the driveway side because it's obstructing. And he is trying to catch up with the D with the patrolling. This is what security is available. Okay. So why the security of the tower is being outside? There's a couple of reasons for the vendor to allow. And all the gates are off, the doors is been closed. The residents will go from any door. But boss, I told you, no, it is on the process. We are almost about to close down.
We are getting the same message, right? Like, it is on the process.
Now coming back to the financial.
It's a
Why you are not allowing me to ask questions?
See,
Let me complete my set of questions. Let them ask. No, you cannot stop me from asking questions. I am asking some questions. Let them ask. I am asking a lot of questions. Let me explain. That's what you can answer it simply and go. Why you are talking?
Guys, it's not wasting.
Lawyer fees, 25,000 per month into 12, that works out to 3 lakh. So what is the 3 lakh amount for lawyer and 1 lakh for what is it? 3 lakhs for lawyer, what is it?
Sir, we have signed the initial all agreements you have to finance it.
One conversation, please.
We take it out because the reason is we have lot of agreements to scrutinize. So if you take one payment charge, more heavier. If it's involved in a yearly phase, much more lower charges. Yes, you have also said. Yes, retainership. So next year we may take out because now all the agreements need to be verified and all the scrutiny has to be.
Can you take a seat, please? Sir, finish this questions. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. Any sort of thing. Let's not make it a one-on-one conversation, please. Guys, if you can please take a seat, please. Sorry, ma'am, just a minute. Just one moment, ma'am. Gentlemen, if you can take a seat, please. One conversation at a time.
Actually, we are coming from ownership company, we are hosting company from outside, right? I only request that you know the action and what are the other things that they exactly so that you can know that is what we were actually trying to do. It's not a agenda.
This kind of argument.
Can we move on to the next GST topic?
We have a garbage
There are all these required asset investment for timers, for cutoff, there is a budget. There are some mandatory lights which are connected to the solar. Or emergency, call it as an emergency light. These lights are put on
Guys, that is the next stage. For the TBS operation, I have videos for it. But housekeeping orders are putting it. The problem now is the segregation part. So now we are enhancing the segregation. Once we get that, the residential
one conversation at a time, please.
Guys,
Guys, as we know, GST is an important topic. One conversation at a time, please.
Lights up, lights up, lights up.
Conclude this one.
This is the.
You speak, you speak.
Conclude this and next one.
So the overall discuss if we agree with this one, respect to the effectiveness of the time in terms of the monetary amount. 5.24 is what we got, and today.
So you.
And today we are going the square feet with the per square feet. 4.60 is the current square feet, and 0.63 is something additional. 0.73 is what the additional cost. On account from majorly yearly one-time expense of the year includes. So 0.75 is what in terms of the amount we want everyone's approval or voting in favor of for this particular budget to move ahead. In terms of the total amount.
Voting na ready பண்ணல.
Now we are all pleasing this budget that we will go how to go for it.
And one conversation, please.
Are we going to take some effort to bring it down? Yes. But that is what I am asking from half an hour conversation.
One conversation, guys.
At the moment. First we forecasting the budget. What effort will be taken and how will that with the subscription can take it.
One conversation.
The rate at which we are going or arriving from October after the handover from the measure, we all are paying per square feet rate.
Okay, guys, one conversation. Come on, see.
Hard close at 6:30. Hard close at 6:30. The rate today, the cost level is per square feet. Whether we agree or not, that is what we have been following since the budget has charged that way. We are getting this another proposal which we would like to call it out because today we see the maintenance is a common maintenance which has been incurred or shared by everyone. So we do not feel per square feet is the ideal way rather than flat rate per flat is one of the proposal. So if you go by the total maintenance, you will not speak about 5.24 square feet rate. Rather than you will speak one flat cost me in a month 6,920 rupees.
And we will not incur GST also in this.
So we will go in the
That will be an
One conversation. one conversation at a time. And one conversation at a time.
Sorry, actually the practice which is in Mumbai is a similar one where the common facilities, in fact, my maintenance bills in my Mumbai flat covers property tax, water charges and common consumption plus maintenance for the flat. So what happens is the common amenities and other things are equally distributed, whereas the specific thing to the flat is applied on the per flat. Great.
Different perspective, right? Sir gave one perspective. Let's learn different perspectives also. From a different perspective coming from societies.
என்னோட பாயிண்ட் சொல்றேன். இதுல ஒரே ஒரு இத நம்ம கன்சிடர் பண்ணலாம். என்னன்னா இப்போ வந்து நிறைய காமன் ஃபெசிலிட்டி நிறைய இருக்கு நம்மள்ட்ட. காமன் கன்சம்ப்ஷன் நிறைய இருக்கு. அதை தவிர வாட்டர் சார்ஜஸ் இருக்கு. இதெல்லாம் வந்து காமனா டிவைட் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா என்ன ஆகும்னா எல்லாரும் ஈக்குவலா டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் ஆயிட்டு என்னென்ன ஸ்பெசிபிக்கா பிளாட்டிங் மாத்திரம் இருக்கோ அந்த மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் மாத்திரம் பைப்ல கொண்டு போயிட்டோம்னா clean and divide ஆயிட்டு we will all GST சேவாமோ ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும்.
Now you think about it logically. When you buy something costly, you're supposed to pay something more. That is the logic, right? Number one. Number two, if you have only two sizes and the two sizes of the flat being very similar, then sir's concept is perfectly right. I cannot have a compact 1 BHK. The double size of it is 3 BHK. So what happens is somebody who has bought a flat at a very cheap cost is expected to pay maintenance as equivalent to a 3-bedroom flat, which is a little unfair, which we need to be logically judging how we can actually balance this particular aspect. Now I finish. Now the last. Okay. Now covering sir's point also. Now let's take for example the building falls tomorrow, right? How do we divide that particular expenditure? It's the UDS which defines the share that a person gets. Similarly, maintenance is also based on UDS only. It cannot be based on common aspects.
Can I interrupt?
I'm not against this particular aspect. I'm only giving a different view so that we're able to appreciate what it says.
Can I interrupt? I have a point actually. I have a point over here. Because you know what, like I agree to what you did say. The problem over here is not everyone are using the amenities which is provided over here.
It is
And
irrespective,
on top of it, yeah, on top
That is
of it,
irrespective.
on top of it, the smallest square feet occupants will be having like more than 4 people or 5 people who actually uses the amenities. On those cases, then you have to cap the usage, right? Because like I can be just 3 members in my house, which is of like 1,700 square feet. Not even one person are actually coming to use the amenities, right? So how is it fair to actually pay for something that we don't use and actually agree to what you said? Like I am being a little louder, not able to actually.
Yeah, his point is the 3-bedroom bigger apartment. Our shoulder is the point is He's saying that 3-bedroom a bigger apartment, if there are only 3 people are staying, who is none of them are utilizing any of the amenities available, then how can you are expecting him to bear the cost? Maintenance cost. That is another thing we have to think of. Just an answer.
Smallest quality people
Silence, please. One conversation.
What happened? Now we don't have a separate water meter, so it was charged per square feet per unit. So the same problem has come because 4-bedroom people, hardly 2 people are here. Why we should pay per square feet? Whereas a single bedroom person, mostly bachelors are staying about 4 to 5 houses. Why they are paying this? And they want to so many problems. At that time of at that moment, I understood one thing, it is still going on. As personally, what is the day that you Google says and the something else will happen. So per person, so persons plus 2 concepts of 2 variables. Yeah, exactly. Similarly, here when it comes to interest, the common is used to many. There may be few say single bedroom will use it more. Whereas 3 bedrooms, my house, most of them are not there. They are not sitting up, so they are not staying. So in that case, 2 variables should have fixed for this. At first square feet, whatever. So very common amenities to divide here, it is around 500 or 600.
I don't think it is we can conclude in the meeting. One request, Santosh, Madam Catherine, one request, it is immediate conclude from together. I request your Akash body to take it up, think it over, come back to the proper thing. Obviously, you cannot do such repeatedly.
What is your
What they are trying to tell is, whatever common amenities, it will be divided by 5.
No, maintenance itself, the common maintenance.
Because we have that analysis also, how we want to calculate this.
This is only the proposal. He is getting complete. He has done so. We have done so much analysis. Okay,
It's not considered or when this has to be done in this way, it's not the case. One proposal is go across the land, I will say support the activities go on, because that is not the right thing to say. The second thing, as certain states have practiced, fixed when it is getting shared by you, everyone equally, paid share is what they have to get allocated. It's not based on the square feet, they are going to enjoy the housing or security. This is predominantly equal share by multiplication is common. Now, the other problem is only the water at the moment which we have. Are we going to track? We have no meter, the answer is no. So we have to come to the other allocation method. The most correct allocation method is the person. That person in each plant are we able to track? We have that system in this, we can have them go there. But we do not have a person system in there, then we have to take any other suitable method, what is best available for us to build. So either you can go for straight feed or any other denominator. What I would suggest you to add in fixed we will keep it. For variable, over using J, let the way I put it, over using it, let the way I put it.
There is any proposal. Please let it be proposal.
Even if you do the sort of the cost of PV analysis is more than what is generated and prosecuting the results. So that's why they are not this itself we need to apply because of bylaws says as per the market area we need two-third resolution or two-third voting for getting into an agreement of fixed either proper flat cost or fixed price variable. The third option, when you look at the overall numbers, the most impacted is the 3 BHK, sorry, the single BHK, where we have 35 flats of single BHK who are going to be impacted. So is it genuine reason what Clinton has mentioned where I have a square feet or so, whether why I have to pay 2,500, why I have to jump to 7,000? The answer is when we analyze again on the 35 flats, please correct me, don't mistake me on these numbers, many are rented. And the occupancy rate is much higher than the residents who are here. We also got suggestion last time from our other player, is there a proposal to charge for rentals at a different maintenance? So all these have to be taken into consideration. One more method what we arrived at is we may charge not fully conditional and paying at 7,000, rather than we can ask that the flats pay at 5,500 and the balance remaining number of flats we can go 7,150 or 7,000 whatever the balance amount we would require. That's what I.
So it's all proposal, sir. We have some other proposals also.
Working on it because we cannot. It's not reasonable good enough to punish a single BHK maintaining at 7,000 BHK. But everyone have to compensate. Even 2 BHK, the maximum loser of 2 BHK is 700 rupees. Paying here, but what we are going to actually in terms of the complications in the GST today, GST is a very gray area. That is where we are very much afraid because at the moment we set up the practice, it is going to run any number that we verify until 5 years. There are different views of the GST. If you go by per square feet basis, either I have to only two options on the GST. Should I go ahead and charge 5.24 ahead and go crossing 7,500 and the GST is applicable on that? And there is a concern why you have to pay all this GST. It is a big burden. What any other efforts have been taken? The other law factor or other societies, what they have been doing is EB, they have parked it separately. But today when we ask the factors, we have taken in-house opinion, Murli sir and a few others, Gopal sir, and we also have taken external legal opinion. But whether the opinion is in line, everyone is having a uniform opinion, the answer is no. And the law is also very clear. How you interpret, each person interpret, it is different. The law says it's a pure agent concept. Pure agent, the word it comes when my own resident electricity, if I am asking an association to pay, they pay to the EB board. That is where pure agent concept comes. But the other society, when it went to litigation, not at the starting, they are charged separately, but it went to litigation. Here, the Olympia. We have spoken to that particular gentleman yesterday for 3 hours. He was suggesting he has taken different route altogether to contest, saying that EB is exempt by the government itself. Why you need to go and pay? But this is all in the matter of court and giving verdict. Whether you want me to take that as a base and go and charge here, I am not going to take that responsibility today on getting into litigation case. But yes, we are all prepared to go for the litigation. Then again we can go and charge at 3.9. plus whatever EB is extra and go with it. But we are creating more problem unless we do not have a law clear-cut judgment or circular. Do we want to go with it or not? It's our option collectively. It is not the association who are all 21 members cannot determine that one. It's all the 557 lakhs, how we want to go with it to decide. My suggestion here only is, if and all if you are going, EBS is separate, please park some legal fund. Tomorrow if there is something coming up, the remaining residents who are continuing here will not bear that liability. Now many of the 2 BHK or single BHK are not impacted by the GST component, irrespective of it is 7,000 or not, because they are not coming into the bracket of 7,500 unless their per square feet touches up to 7 or 6 rupees, which is not going to happen in the next 3 years. So now the decision is on us how we want to take it, whether we are going to agree total flat or 5,000 plus 5,000 for 5,500 for the single BHK flats and remaining all at one rate, or fixed plus only for water per square feet.
So தமிழ்ல நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணிட்டேன் திரும்ப இவங்களுக்காக. So நம்ம இப்போ ப்ரப்போஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறது இப்போ ஃபுல் அண்ட் ஃபுல் நம்ம எக்ஸ்பென்சஸ் எல்லாம் பார்த்தாச்சு. How we want எப்படி நம்ம வந்து இத மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் வந்து கலெக்ட் பண்ண போறோம், வெதர் ஃபிக்ஸ்ட் ரேட்டா போலாமா இல்ல யூஏ கார்பன் ஏரியா படி கால்குலேட் பண்ணி ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் பேஸ்ல வாங்கலாமா அப்படின்றது தான் நம்ம இப்போ ரெண்டு ஆப்ஷனா சொல்றோம். சோ ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் பேசிஸ்ல போறோம் அப்படின்னா ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் உங்களுக்கு 3 BHK 1 BHK அந்த மாதிரி ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்ல நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணி இந்த 5.24 அரைவ் ஆகுது அப்படின்னா 5.24 into your ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்ன்ற மாதிரி நம்ம பண்ணினது வித் பில்டரும் வந்துட்டு அதே தான் வச்சிருந்தாங்க. சோ அதையே நம்ம ப்ரப்போஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருந்தோம். திஸ் இஸ் ஆஸ் இது வந்து ஆக்சுவலா லா படி இது மாதிரி தான் போகணும். ஆஸ் பர் தமிழ்நாடு ஆக்ட் படி இந்த ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்டை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் யூடிஎஸ் பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் யூ ஹேவ் டு கால்குலேட். இதை பேஸ் பண்ணி தான் நம்ம கால்குலேட் பண்ணணும்னு இருக்கு. இதுல நம்ம என்ன சொல்ல வரோம்னா எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து if GB approves 2/3 people approve பண்றாங்க, around 380 around 400 people approving that I can go and collect fixed rate. Fixed rate is something எல்லாருக்குமே ஒரே ரேட் 7,000 rupees na everybody is have to pay 7,000 rupees. இது வந்து நம்ம பேசுறோம். இதுல ஒரே ஒரு கான்ட்ரடிக்ஷன் என்ன இருக்கு அப்படின்னா இதுல என்ன பிரச்சனை வரும் அப்படின்னா டவர் டி பாத்தீங்கன்னா நம்ம பில்டர் அந்த டவர் டி எப்படி நமக்கு ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னா EWS ன்னு ஒரு இதுல ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிருக்காங்க, which is எக்கனாமிக்கலா வீக்கா இருக்க சொசைட்டிஸ் கேன் பை அப்படின்ற மாதிரி அந்த ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்டை இன்வெஸ்ட் பண்ணி காம்பாக்ட் ஹோம்ஸ வந்து ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. சோ இத நம்ம லீகலா நம்ம எப்படி ஆக்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா திஸ் இஸ் ஆல்சோ ஒன் ஆஃப் த ப்ரொபோசல். ஒரு ப்ரொபோசலா கொடுத்திருக்காங்க மத்த சொசைட்டிஸ்லாம். எப்படின்னா அந்த மாதிரி எக்கனாமிக்கல் இந்த டி டவர் மட்டும் என்ன பண்ணலாம்னா ஃபிக்ஸட் ரேட் இஸ் கம்பல்சரி அவங்களுக்கு. ஆனா இவங்களை விட மத்த கம்யூனிட்டி மத்த டவர்ஸை விட ரெடியூஸ்ட் மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் we can collect. இது ஒன் ஆஃப் தி டிஸ்கவுண்டட் ரேட். ஓகேவா? சோ இந்த மாதிரி ரெண்டு ப்ரொபோசல். ஒன்னு ஃபிக்ஸட் ரேட் ஃபார் ஆல் தி 3 டவர்ஸ். இட் வில் பி, நான் சும்மா எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு சொல்றேன் 7,000 or 6,000, but that will நம்ம என்ன வருதுன்னு நம்ம பார்த்துக்கலாம். So 7,000 na all the towers irrespective of 2 BHK or 3 BHK, all these 3 towers A B C என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா everybody will pay the 7,000 rupees irrespective whether you are using, நீங்க யூஸ் பண்றீங்க யூஸ் பண்ணல அது பிரச்சனை இல்ல. எல்லாருக்கும் இது காமன் அம்யூனிட்டி, we are using it. இல்லனாலும் நீங்க பே பண்ணி தான் ஆகணும். சோ அது வந்து நம்ம 7,000ன்றத ஃபிக்ஸடா இந்த 3 டவருக்கும் இவங்களை லீகலா ஹேண்டில் பண்ணோம். இந்த EWS ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிருக்கிறதுனால இவங்களை லீகலா ஹேண்டில் பண்ணோம். நம்ம கோர்ட்டுக்கே யாராச்சும் போனாங்கன்னா கூட அது எப்படி லீகலா ஆக்ட் பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னா ரெடியூஸ்டு மெயின்டெனன்ஸ் சொல்லி இப்ப இவங்களுக்கு ஒரு 6,000 அது பேஸ்ட் ஆன் அவங்க நம்ம கால்குலேஷனை பார்த்துட்டு என்னன்னு ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணலாம். சோ இது ரெண்டு விதமா இருக்கு. இன்னொன்னு வந்து ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட்டோட அவரை எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணினாரு. எல்லாருமே வேற குரூப்ல போட்டிருந்தீங்க, நான் அதை சொல்லிடுறேன். ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் பேசிஸ்ல என்ன பிரச்சனை வருது அப்படின்னா நம்ம வந்து ஃபிக்ஸட் எல்லாம் ஒரு செப்பரேட்டாவும் வேரியபிள செப்பரேட்டாவும் கால்குலேட் பண்ணலாம், EBயை செப்பரேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம், வாட்டரை செப்பரேட் பண்ணிக்கலாம் அப்படின்ட்டு ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் இருந்துச்சு. இந்த ஆப்ஷன்ஸ் எல்லாம் பண்றதுக்கு நாங்களுமே ட்ரை பண்ணோம். எல்லார்கிட்டயும் ஒப்பீனியன்ஸ் எல்லாம் கேட்கும் போது இது எல்லாமே as per தமிழ்நாடு இந்த சொசைட்டி ஆக்ட் படி இதை எதையுமே நம்ம பிரிக்க முடியாது unless and until நீங்க அதை வந்து செப்பரேட்டா ஒரு இண்டிவிஜுவலுக்கும் நீங்க மானிட்டர் பண்றீங்க. வாட்டர் இவ்வளவுதான் கன்சியூம் பண்றாங்க இந்த இண்டிவிஜுவல் வீட்ல, இவ்வளவுதான் EB இந்த இண்டிவிஜுவல்ல கன்சியூம் பண்றாங்க காமன் EBய அப்படின்னு உங்களுக்கு ஒரு மெஷர் இருந்துச்சு அப்படின்னா we can go ahead. இது ஒரு பார்ட். இப்போ நம்ம கிட்ட அந்த மாதிரி எதுவுமே கிடையாது. சோ அதனால இது எதையுமே ஸ்பிளிட் பண்ண முடியாது. அப்படியே ஸ்பிளிட் பண்ணலாம், வேற கம்யூனிட்டிஸ் பண்றாங்க அப்படின்னா கூட ஒரு கம்யூனிட்டி ரெஃபரும் பண்ணினாங்க. அதனோட லீகல் ஆடிட்டரவே நம்ம பேசினோம். அததான் ஸ்ரீனி சார் சொல்லியிருப்பாரு. அந்த இதுல பேசுனதுல கேட்கும் போது அவங்க என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா லீகலா ஒரு வேர்டிக் போடுறாங்க. போய் இத வந்து நாங்க இதை மட்டும் நாங்க பிரிச்சுக்கிறோம், ஜிஎஸ்டிக்காக இதை பிரிச்சுக்கிறோம், ஏன் இதை நாங்க பண்ணக்கூடாதுன்னு சொல்லி கோர்ட்ல அப்பீல் பண்றாங்க. ஓகேங்களா?
Why it has been separated, but again they are fighting the court, may be favorable, may not be favorable.
They have got judgment after 3 years.
So இது ஜிஎஸ்டிக்காக அவங்க அப்பீல் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ஜிஎஸ்டிக்காக அவங்க அப்பீல் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க, ஏன் வந்துட்டு இதெல்லாம் பண்றோம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி. இதை வந்து கோர்ட் அக்செப்ட் பண்ணுச்சுன்னா தான் அவங்களால ப்ரொசீட் பண்ண முடியும். இது நம்மளுக்கு என்ன இம்பாக்ட் ஆகும்னா, இப்ப நான் இந்த டெசிஷன் எடுத்து ஜிஎஸ்டிக்காக இந்த டெசிஷன் எடுத்து உங்க எல்லார்கிட்டயும் ஜிஎஸ்டி இல்லாம இருக்க மாதிரி ஒரு ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் கணக்குல நான் உங்ககிட்ட சார்ஜ் பண்ணிட்டேன் அப்படின்னா, இஃப் இன் கேஸ் கோர்ட்ல வந்துட்டு இது அலோட் கிடையாதுன்னு சொல்லிட்டாங்கன்னா, ஐ வில் ஹேவ் டு பே தி ஜிஎஸ்டி. நான் ஜிஎஸ்டியை திரும்ப உங்ககிட்ட இருந்து எல்லார்கிட்ட இருந்து கலெக்ட் பண்ணி நான் ப்ரொசீட் பண்ணுவேன். பட் கோர்ட்டை பத்தி உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், டைம் லைன் பத்தி நம்மளுக்கு தெரியும். 2 years ஆகலாம், 1 year ஆகலாம், வித்தின் 3 months கூட ஆகலாம், நம்மளுக்கு தெரியாது. சோ இதுக்கான ஸ்பெண்ட் எல்லாம் நம்ம பண்ண முடியுமா, இதுக்கெல்லாம் போக முடியுமா அப்படின்றதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. சோ இதனால 2 சொல்யூஷன்ஸ் நம்ம கொடுக்கறோம். இதுல அந்த 2/3 சொன்ன மாதிரி 380 to 400 people are agreeing for fixed rate அப்படின்னா will proceed. இதை டாக்குமெண்ட் பண்ணி நம்மளோட தமிழ்நாடு சொசைட்டி ஆக்ட்ல நம்ம இது ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிக்கலாம். ரெஜிஸ்டர் பண்ணிட்டோம்னா we are all will say we won't be getting the GST also if we are going for a fixed rate. So இது
எப்படி நீங்க fixed அதுதான் சொல்றேன், நம்ம இது இல்ல அவங்க முடியலன்னா
நீங்க அப்படியே பேசுறீங்க.
நம்ம வந்து அந்த டீப் கவர் மட்டும் டீலிங் பண்ணி தனியா ஒரு அசோசியேஷன் வச்சுக்க முடியுமா? லீகலா
one conversation. Guys, one conversation, guys. I have only one. Yes, please.
Now, can we take other societies as reference? The answer is today, some inspector comes to me, I cannot go XYZ society is doing, I cannot go in front of him. He may take me also to the society and make him also to pay. So the second thing is, what options we have is we have got in legal certain writings, but again contradictory also we got. We are not able to rely on that particular aspect. Say for example, on this particular subject, rest of India have been treating EB as maintenance cost. Only Telangana, they have decided not to have for the maintenance cost. Only Telangana.
Now government itself is not allowing it.
Maharashtra, Karnataka, Haryana, everyone have ruled out EBs for the common purpose of the maintenance is to be treated as maintenance cost. But again, it's debatable. Tamil Nadu, I cannot find anything. Now, only one option is left out to protect ourselves is go for advance ruling, which means I am going to the government and asking, because I am very confident in my law, said the EB has to be exempted, go for it and get a ruling and stay safe for the next few years. Because it is not a matter going to end within 6 months or 1 year or 2 years. Lifelong, you have to carry this aspect. So that is another option. You have to go for advance ruling and go for it. In case if you are going with the 5.24 or 4.7 plus or 3.9 plus the EV. So it's up to us how we want to take it. Go with the discussion of the other societies, how they are doing the common prevalence practice. Answer option 1. Go for advance ruling option 2. Option 3 is go with a fixed rate plus variable component, which may allow some cushion without getting into all of these subjects.
Usually won the toss, India batting first.
Legally, if we are proper,
we have to go with that.
Ultimately, you will be the most responsible person for anything
monthly, quarterly,
which is
yearly.
related to you.
Other topic will be 8 years.
8 years.
we are having 10% down. Let us not go to that.
Yeah. So, even I am telling you openly, I am not in a position. I have not told my team also. Cannot go something which I personally feel is not correct or according to law. I am not in a position to prove or someone's view, which I am not convinced. I have to go and prove the system, document, and we documents also. I am not going to do that service. If and all if it is going, which is not in law.
Santosh. Next time we close it out, please.
Santosh, one more point, topic here. Quarterly
payment, quarterly.
Payment.
Yeah.
Srini sir, frequency. சரி we'll finish it up. இந்த topic என்ன பண்ணலாம்ன்றத we'll put a voting, okay-வா? We'll put a poll.
How to correct that 5.4? We'll put as a voting what breakage and everything.
இந்த 3 options போடலாமா 2 options போடலாமா சார்?
Let's see.
What do you want?
Only legal options that are available.
Legal option.
Either this or that.
Yeah.
Only legal options.
There are two options. What is square feet? What is fixed?
So, square feet, no approvals required, only budget approval is required. Whoever is crossing 7,500, after reducing your share of the government expenses, which is not part of GST, we will reduce and we will bill it. That is the option number 1, legal option. Legal option, other option 2, fixed rate, where we need again a buy-in because our existing bylaws says at a UDA rate. So we need to amend that clause, or again we have to do a separate study what it is required if you have to change that particular subject. For that also, it is not a simple subject, so we have to go for either extraordinary resolution or special resolution will do. We have to ask Prabhakar sir or other people who are experts in that legal. Now is the matter comes, why we have taken 25,000 for lawyer, now we have to use it.
This will not
Fixed plus variable is also a legal option.
Which one, sir?
Fixed plus variable.
Sir, EB, sir, to answer your question, EB, because what we are facing is a pure agent. A pure agent concept. They are not as a pure agent. So that's what the debate is actually, sir.
There is no difference.
Sir, some of
My
the
personal opinion, okay.
My personal opinion,
As per
sir,
we pure agent.
Sir, one second.
No, I will complete it. And we have there is a common meter. We don't have a individual meter. For individual houses, we have separate meter. Even for water charges, also without water meter also, the water can be separated. But the issue here is since there is a sewage treatment plant, and since we are treating it, there is a but as far as EB is concerned, there is no doubt about it. It is my personal opinion. Of course, the majority.
Yes, that's important. So this pure agent concept, we went to a legal opinion also. What we got is it's not recommended, first of all. It's not recommended. One second, let me complete. Let me complete. Sir, one second, let me complete. We got the opinion that it is not.
Santosh Keshila,
Ji, mic off hai, charge la.
Say it is not possible to charge as per pure agent concept. What we spoke with one of the other auditors yesterday, we had a very brief call. He's taking a different route, telling that whatever you're paying to the government, you're not charging GST. Whatever you're consuming and paying to the government, how can you charge GST? So that is the route he's taking, not the pure agent concept. So in that case, one second, let me complete. In that case, he's telling, over the 2-3 years, I can defend if it give me the authority to me to file GST in all this aspect. I can take the responsibility if the scrutiny comes of defending in couple of years. That investigation officer, I can convince. And he has the assessment. For his society, he has defended first year, he failed. Second year, succeeded. Third year, he may fail. So that society. And same is proposing to the other society is telling not required because society will not give it. What he is calculating is the amount of GST you are collecting. If it's going to be more than the legal fees, better you charge GST.
What you are doing here is so
what I'm telling is, he is telling it, but he is telling it as a pure agent concept, you cannot collect. If you are ruled out, you can do in this method. So there is n number of methods they are following. We want to go in that particular thing in aggressive case. Let's face the consequences. Let's fight this agree And tomorrow there will be some legal money, just 50,000 rupees. Someone has to bond it, right? Let's collectively take a call. Then we go. We cannot take like your opinion, my opinion, their opinion. So as sir told, there's gray area where we need to go. Go as per the rule. There's any other proposal, propose it. The 5% has to agree.
And again, the officers who steps in, he looks at the quantum of material to the amount which he is going to do a finding. 557 into 7,500, he is trying to find, it's a material amount which he is going to show to the revenue department, they will take it seriously. If it is only 100 slot of apartment, he is going to 10 lakhs, he no need even to come here and do that. This material 1 crore or 50 lakhs or 80 lakhs, we will take it to a different level. So we cannot compare further pattern with other societies or with areas where we are operating in different aspects. The same society have not been getting into the water at all because they are self-sufficient with the borewell water. That's what I heard. So water is not a dispute there. Only EB is something, and it has been found out through investigation or inspection or through notice. It is not the day one they have taken this step. Through inspection, the assessing officer has challenged this one. Now they are able to prove. So tomorrow, with the same stand we are going to take, we also have to take appoint a lawyer, and we have to go and fight this one with all the surplus relevant acts. But at that point of time, who is going to defend is another big question.
And we do not have budgetary numbers from the bylaws. Taking into cost benefit analysis also, the life will be much lesser than what we are going to pay at GST. We are going to pay a high amount of GST when number.
That is only if the
Put the three options in. Three options. Once again, compare when cost benefit analysis also, here we are benefited. Number two, there is a board circular which I have already told, which clearly separates that. Even if there is a legal issue, we can refer to that. Number three, this advance ruling did not work out because advance ruling will not be favorable to us. If we are approaching an advance ruling, we will get a negative verdict only because advance rulings are manned by executive joint commissioners and assistant commissioners who will never go against the department.
And everyone has to agree on it, sir.
So, and one more thing is that advance ruling is not a judicial precedent, that is not a law. So that we need not worry about that. But of course, the court matter is still there, that we have discussed. But EV charges, there is a board circular which is there, and based on the board circular, judgments are there.
Sir, we can go for it, we are not denying. Tomorrow something happens, will you be able to defend yes on behalf of if you are going to take?
One second. That the association has to take a call, but if you are going to take that, people can decide here. But if you are going to take a conservative call, you are not going to take even a single step. That is a different thing. But if you are
to summarize, the option 3 will be with the minor charge, conservative charge.
You are all qualified. You are all senior. You are all no.
Okay, next topic.
It's not about GST.
24
Already we are paying 3 lakhs. Already we are paying 3 lakhs.
Should we get into that subject?
Don't do it. Don't go for a second. For GST, it will not be 3 lakhs. Here we are already paying 3 lakhs.
Sir, ரொம்ப complicated, sir.
Sir, that is only for documenting, sir. Advocate will charge more than he is arguing in the court.
Single bedroom 3,000 fixed.
5,000 sir.
என்னோட இது ஒப்பீனியன் சொல்றேன், நீங்க உங்களோட டிசைட் பண்ணுங்க. அதாவது அந்த 2 பெட்ரூம் இருக்கு 4-5, 5 பெட்ரூம் இது 3 பெட்ரூம் இருக்கு, இது 5-5. அதே மாதிரி இதுல வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா 3 பெட்ரூம் 7,000 ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் மேல 1,700 ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட், அது வந்து 7,500, 1,600 ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் இருக்கு 7,000. இது வந்து 1,200 ஸ்கொயர் ஃபீட் இருக்குது வந்து 6,000 ஃபிக்ஸடா பண்ணீங்கன்னா 35 lakhs வருது ஒரு மந்த்க்கு. அப்போ உங்களுக்கு எந்த இதுலயுமே ஷார்ட் ஃபால் ஆகாது. அதாவது 4.67 கிட்ட வருது. கலெக்ட் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கா. இது ஈஸியா இருக்கு. இது தேவையில்லாம இல்ல. அவங்க வந்து போய் ரோடுக்கு போறாங்க. கண்டிஷன் போறாங்க. ரிசர்ச் பண்ணிக்கலாம்.
Let's conclude, please. நான் முடிச்சிட்டேன் சார். இல்ல நான் பேசுறேன் சார்.
Let me complete it. I'm telling you, in fact, you are not allowed to.
எல்லாரும் ஏஞ்சி பண்றாங்க, நம்ம கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணலாம் சார்.
Complete, sir. Complete, let him complete, sir. Last 5 minutes, sir.
Sir, இருங்க. யாரும் போயிடாதீங்க. No, please.
எல்லாரோட டிஆர் ஸ்பான்சர் சார் தான் பண்ணுவாரு.
5 minutes.
Sponsoring the tea. So,
Before you go,
last 5 minutes.
Before you go, just 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. I don't want anyone to interrupt, please. Let's conclude. Before I conclude, sir, please, sir. No, sir, no. Sir, we need to talk about the frequency, right? I think there are few people have raised already. Srini sir, please propose.
Yeah. Before going for a frequency, I have important agenda. Let me conclude and see what I want. Appointment of the auditors. We have selected 3 auditors, out of which one which we got through internal referral at 40K plus a reimbursement of 5,000 to 10,000. Is what we are going to propose and appoint. We have to get a biennial voting from every one of you whether we can go with that appointment of that particular auditor. We can present it or circulate who are the auditors. They are the 7 partners and have been doing the RWA audits, which is Resident Welfare Association audits. The other quotes what we got is fairly to a great extent 2,50,000 or 3 lakhs. This is the only thing because it is run by a family of people. A traditional firm, there we got a good discount or we can get at a lower rate. So this is something which we want voting from everyone. Because as part of the AGM, one of the topic is before appointing the auditors, we need voting for it. That we are going to roll out to my gate. We will share the credentials of the firm and everyone which are agreeing, we can go with that particular option.
Okay. Sure. Next. Frequency.
When we talk about we are going to appoint an auditor, right? So why can't we? There are a lot of people, 550 some, right? So somebody may try to contribute or yes, I am ready to order. So in that case, the cost might be reduced. Instead of paying 50,000, 75,000.
You can't do it.
We can't do it. We need to have a registered auditor and we need to check the auditor's profile. As he referred, the auditor what we are trying to appoint is already having, opposing both the,
conflict of interest.
Not with the owners.
Owner cannot be the owner.
He should not be the owner. That is not the point.
Volunteers who is doing this job.
Next.
Frequency, Srini sir.
The last one is the frequency of the money. We all want to go with the monthly, but today, do I get the cash to run the show? The answer is no. So either there are 2 options: evenly pay quarterly divided by 5 whatever amount we are getting, or collect 8 rupees per square feet, which we are going to use in the next few months. And the balance we have to look at
putting in a different way. One-time expenses is telling, right?
That is the 8 rupees per square feet.
For
Now,
first
first
month,
6 lakhs first month I need to collect from everyone equally, and the remaining recurring will happen throughout the month. That will reduce our. But if we go with that, no, we cannot.
No, which one?
No, we cannot.
We have to pay.
Someone is paying. So, speak. When we are going with a one time, it's a huge cash outflow. 26 lakhs divided by 550. So, are we willing to contribute the month one plus the recurring monthly expenditure, whatever we are getting? Now, going with the monthly option, what challenges I need to track, and our trade facility, people want extra trade facility. We have to collect by April 5th, every month by 5th of the following month, then only we will be able to manage. Otherwise, my administrative aspects are like, we have to create an association group, I have to place an accountant or a leader. Other channels to do the reconciliation, do a follow-up. So this involves additional costs. Are we going to do that? That's the first question. So my recommendation is go for 3 months. Whoever is having any limitations, we can take it case by case. You can. 3% is what we can give. Whoever is going to give 1 year.
So you will justify why 3%?
Why 3%? 6% is what we are getting.
So we will roll out the voting. We will roll out the voting. How to collect 5.4? How to get the charge? So that is what is going to be.
Thank you. All the way for India team.
How to collect 5.84? How to charge us the GST?
கௌதம் கொஸ்டின்ல ஆன்சர் பண்ண முடியாது போசுலாம். What is the question? சார் வரேன் சார் சரி சரி. நீங்க தானே ஆன்லைன்ல போட்டிருக்கீங்க?
நீங்க இல்லையா? இந்த கோலம் வேற யாரோ
இது டைப் பண்ணி விட்டுறலாம் வேண்டாம்.
Yeah.